Over in Monarch territory.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
Week 8 of the high school football season takes us to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge, where the Lamar's Community Bulldogs and the Fort Dodge Dodgers currently are tied for that second and final spot in Class 4A District 1 for qualifying for the playoffs. So something's going to have to give between the Bulldogs and the Dodgers tonight. Two teams ranked in the top 15 in the latest RPI rankings go at it tonight at Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge, and you can hear it right here on KLEM. A very pleasant Good Friday evening to you, and welcome to Week 8 of the high school football season. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteeg. The Dodgers currently 6-1 overall, 2-1 in Class 4A District 1. They are tied for second with Lamar's Community, who is 4-3 overall and 2-1 in the district. Fort Dodge's only loss, a 38-0 beatdown to Sergeant Bluff Luton. But as we've learned about this week, Gabe, this is a very good football team. They've got outstanding talent, both offensively and defensively. It's a road game, homecoming, and as we found out last year, this is a very tough team to deal with. So this is just a massive matchup for Lamar's, really, to save their season and qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, the automatic bid happens tonight. I mean, really, for all extensive purposes, and it's kind of weird. We have a lot in common with them, the red and black, obviously, as we're seeing a lot of out here. But then also, we both kind of got taken behind the woodshed against Sergeant Bluff and very similar scores. So they have some big talent on that side, big as in the amount of talent, but also the size of the humans. So they've got a lot, but we're not going to back down, and we have our own share of talent. So it's going to be quite a battle. It's going to be a 4-quarter game, and so that's going to be a big part of it. And we're going to see how the Bulldogs can respond after last week's. You know, the effort was there. I mean, for all extensive purposes, but it just was not the outcome, and we just really got it taken to us. So today is the day. It's kind of like after Sioux Center. You have to rebound. You have to come back after kind of getting shellacked a little bit, and we'll see what they have. Well, and hopefully the rebound is similar to that at the Sioux Center game, and maybe a shutout would be in order, but we'll not put our chickens, count our chickens before they're hatched. You mentioned the big humans, and they're big just from a size perspective, and they're big because they make some outstanding plays. There's nobody bigger, probably in all of Class 4A, that does more for their team, that makes more plays than Drayshawn Ross. This is a kid that is committed to Oklahoma State to wrestle. And obviously, if you follow wrestling in the state of Iowa, you know Oklahoma State's the kind of the cream of the crop of the Big 12 at least, and certainly one of the better wrestling programs in the country. So the fact that he's going there suggests that he's a pretty good athlete in and of itself. The numbers are staggering, Gabe. He's got 11 sacks. He ran the ball for 200 yards on 8 carries against Spencer. He's got 8 touchdowns. Basically, when number one is on the field, the Bulldogs have to know where he is. Yeah, absolutely. And it won't be hard to find him.
No.
I mean, he's going to be – when he's on offense, he's going to be near the ball. He's going to be in the backfield. Sometimes they'll take their quarterback, True McBride, off the field, and he'll just step in. And Drayshawn stands back there, and they snap it to him, and there's no trickery. He's just going to run. There were some times when that's all they did. That's the only time he touched the ball. The last couple of weeks, a little bit more, they will drop back and actually hand it to him. But I could count on one hand how many times he's in the game on offense and doesn't touch the ball. When he's in, they're not going to waste him by being a decoy. Now, saying that, it's week 8.
Right.
You know, now would be a great time to pull some of that out, maybe some play action, because they do have a very, very good quarterback in True McBride. So there's that aspect on the offensive side. But he works and he does a lot of work on defense. And I don't know what to do with him.
Yep.
He is a big kid. He's a 3-time state champion wrestler, which is crazy at any level, but then he's doing it at the bigger weights.
Yes.
And when you can be a state champion at the bigger weights, those are men. And when you're wrestling as a freshman and you're wrestling those 90s and 20s and heavyweights, that's pretty impressive. So
and in Iowa's largest class too, in Class 3A wrestling. So he's a heck of an athlete. But the other part of it too, and we don't necessarily chat with Coach Ken Vigdahl about this a ton, but the thing that's important too is you can't necessarily just focus on him, because there are so many other guys that make plays. That the McElroy in the backfield. You mentioned True McBride, his ability to throw the football, and he's got a ton of different weapons as receivers on the outside. So if you totally key in on number one, everybody else is going to beat you.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a couple running backs, and actually, if you look at how many carries they get, number 20, McElroy, is probably – he has more carries, he has more touches on the year by 3 times as many. But the explosiveness is and the yards per carry is where Ross will get you. But it's going to take a lot of Bulldogs getting to the ball. That's going to be the key, not letting him go downhill. If he gets what's he weighing in these days? 235. If he gets 235, 6'3" going downhill, he's going to be a load for us to tackle, especially one-on-one. So you're going to have to try to get him going sideline to sideline.
Well, it's going to be a tough test, and obviously we've got all of it considering the fact that, as you mentioned earlier, the second spot in this district, the second automatic qualifying bid into the playoffs, is up for grabs. It's worth noting that in this scenario, with where both teams are situated in the RPI, Fort Dodge is ranked number 9. We talked about it earlier this week. Lamar's is ranked number 12. A loss does not necessarily end the season automatically. You didn't get the automatic qualifying bid, you're not into the playoffs. However, as we ran into last year with the tiebreaker and the RPI not falling your way, you want to win this ball game because it just takes the guesswork out. It takes all the stress out. You certainly don't want to have to go into Storm Lake worrying about where you sit in the RPI.
Yeah, it would be nice to have that in your pocket already. And you know, it's late in the season, and not that you would ever give up anything on a opportunity to get better and get reps, but then if you're up a couple scores next week, you already know you make the playoffs. You get some more reps. You maybe try some different things. You know, it's not as much of a we have to win to get in situation. So this is a big game, but yes, it doesn't end it all if it doesn't go well. Now, I expect it to go well for the Bulldogs tonight. Yeah. You know, I think that they have everything it takes, and they've shown the toughness to take on this Fort Dodge team. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be 4 quarters. But we'll see how it turns out.
And certainly from a running back perspective, as we talked about with Drayshawn Ross, he is his own beast. But the Bulldogs have faced Kaysen Thomas, whose center had some great running backs. Sergeant Bluff Luton had a great running back as well. So they are certainly MOC had a great running back. Yeah, so the Bulldogs are certainly well tested against some great horses running the football here this year. This is our Friday Night Football pregame show in Week 8 of the high school football season. Lamar's and Fort Dodge, a top 15 matchup. 2 teams trying to figure out who's going to get that second spot for the qualification to the playoffs. We'll take a break, and Ken Vigdahl, the head coach of the Bulldogs, will join us on our pregame show. It's coming up in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is number 1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Game on, Lamar's. Looking for a winning team for your finances? Join Cent Credit Union. As a member-owned cooperative, Cent is all about you, your goals, your community. Let's score big together. Visit centcu.org today, where your success is our play.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee and Lamar's.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our Friday Night Football pregame show right here on KLEM Radio. Daniel Versteeg with you, and we're chatting now with the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, Coach Ken Vigdahl, as his team readies for a tough matchup against a top 10 team once again. The Dodgers of Fort Dodge, the opponent here this week. But, Coach, coming off a contest last week in which you played a very good Sergeant Bluff Luton team. Unfortunately, didn't get the outcome that you would have liked. What were some of the things that you were able to take away, the learning?
He hasn't been in the game for, 2 series, and all of a sudden he's in the game in drifts. I wonder what he's going to do, you know what I mean? So that's all part of, what they want to do. They do, like I said before, a variety of things, and that's definitely what they do in their passing game also.
Well, speaking of defensive guys that make plays on offense, we certainly have to talk about Drayshawn Ross, number 1. Not only his play in the backfield, but, Coach, I don't know if there's another guy that's got the numbers that suggest he's a more dominant defensive lineman, 27 tackles for loss, 11 sacks. What makes him such an X factor that everybody in the state has had to deal with now at this point?
Well, I just think part of it is just his size alone, and he's not huge. He weighs 235, but he's 6'3", 6'4", coming off the edge. And his X factor, if you want to talk about that, is his speed. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's 235 pounds that can run. That's not uncommon at the college level, but it is somewhere uncommon at the high school level. He's fast. He's physical. I've seen him run down quarterbacks from the backside. So all of those things, that he possesses in truth is why he's going to Oklahoma State to wrestle. Yeah, he's a heck of an athlete. And kind of going off of that defense, it is a 3-3 stack. It's one of those kind of defenses, Coach, that when you watch, it's very mesmerizing because there's so many different guys that get involved. I guess kind of piggybacking off the offensive side, eye discipline again. How do you guys need to be prepared for who might be bringing a blitz from the linebacking position, who might be coming up to stop the run, all the kind of things and games that defenses like to run in a 3-3 stack? Well, and they definitely do a lot of things defensively. I mean, at the end of the day, when the ball is snapped, they're basically in a 3-3 stack. But they will blitz linebackers. The middle linebackers, he loves to blitz basically the backside A-gap. They will, in teams that we've seen on film, they'll actually roam around. The defensive line and the linebackers will roam around before the play is snapped, making the offensive lineman appear they're going to be somewhere else. But at the end of the day, like I told our guys, somebody is still going to be a 0-tech. Somebody's still going to be a 5-tech, and somebody's still going to be a 5-tech on the tackle. That's because if they don't do that and we find a seam, it's gone. You know what I mean? Right. So even though they're roaming around and it's causing confusion of the offensive line, because I would assume that's what they want to do, at the end, when the ball is snapped, they have to get back to their spots. Are you guys going to be able to, run the football pretty well against these guys? I always think about a three-man front as being a team you can kind of run the ball against with a little bit more success, or how are they when it comes to, being able to plug the run in this contest? Well, I think when you look at a 3-3, and I know everybody looks at it and goes, oh, there's only 3 down linemen, so it's easier to run the ball. But really, it's a 6-man box. Yeah. So it's really no different than a 4-2. It's really no different than a 5-1 or a 5-3 a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's still a run-stop defense. The thing that we have to be able to do tonight is to be able to mix up your run to the inside, run to the outside. A couple of things we've done against some 3-man fronts that was extremely successful is because we're such an inside zone team. We started running wide zone with our H instead of inside zone, and that's really caused some issues against like MOC and Spencer. That was a big play for us. But then again, can we get to the edge? We've run sweep a few times this year, but tonight we probably will run sweep a few more times than we usually do, just to see, okay, are you going to put somebody on the edge? Are you going to shade to the inside? Because if you have 2 4-eye techniques, then we can reach you with our tackles and get to the outside. And you have Andrew and you have and Joaquin that can get to the outside. So
we're going to look at that. Then obviously, Jamie in our passing game, we're going to get him on the edge a little bit more and have him have a run-pass read option to
appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Pease Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Pease Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Lamar's Agri-Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri-Center, your source for everything that grows.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge for tonight's Class 4A District 1 football contest between the Dodgers of Fort Dodge, ranked number 9 in the latest Class 4A RPI rankings, and your Lamar's Bulldogs, ranked number 12 in the 4A RPI rankings. But, of course, the most important part of all of that is that these two teams are currently tied for second in the Class 4A District 1 standings. The winner of this contest, for all intents and purposes, they make it to the Class 4A playoffs as the second automatic qualifier. Now, Gabe, the hardest part, I'm sure, about a game like this is you're thinking about, we got to win, we got to win, we got to win. And, of course, that's not necessarily the result. A loss can put you in a good spot to potentially make the playoffs still anyway, but you got to imagine they're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. They're thinking about it this entire game. How tough is it to push that back and do what you need to do to win?
Yeah, and it really comes down to the boys doing it. The guys have to do that. The coaches are talking that way.
Yep.
But you also know that the outside noise is going to bring it up.
Yep.
Bring up last year. Bring up, what could be, what maybe won't be. You never know. So they're going to have to just buckle down and really – I'm going to be total coach speak in all of this stuff, but it's going to be play-by-play. It's going to be situation by situation. It's going to be all the stuff that has been preached since last year after that Storm Lake game.
Yep.
When it all wasn't great. When we realized that we weren't going to make the playoffs, and we were it started then with these juniors and these seniors. What's going to happen? And they've prepared.
Yep.
They've done the stuff they needed to prepare for this week. Now, next week will be here when it gets here, but right now you have to focus on this week.
And, of course, the game plan they practiced and prepared for is going to be put in full effect here tonight as the Bulldogs sporting those white uniforms on the road. Fort Dodge in the red jerseys with the white pants. If you were watching our live stream, we were having a little bit of connection issues during the interview with Coach Ken Vigdahl. We do apologize for that. Hopefully we've got some of those remedied, and we will hopefully be able to take care of our broadcast here the rest of the night. But we do apologize for some of those connection issues we had during our pregame interview. So the coin toss is being held right now near midfield. Fort Dodge has won the toss. They've elected to defer their choice to the second half, and so they will want the ball in the second half. Lamar's will get the ball first here to start the contest, and we will see the Bulldog offense. So this is an opportunity. I know a lot of teams like to set the tone on the defensive side of the ball, but sometimes one of your biggest firecrackers or a biggest way to start a football game is by going down, marching downfield, and getting on the board right away.
Yeah, and you get an opportunity. The offense always has somewhere to go. Defense is always trying to not go anywhere, right? And so the offense always has somewhere to go. That's the mentality you have to have. The nice thing is, I don't think their kick game is extremely explosive. So we should receive the kick between the 20 and 15-yard line at the deepest. So we should have good field position, which is where you want to start.
Bo Marsh will be the one to kick this one away. He is a junior. Man, he does not have any field goals made this year, and his punt average is only around 31. So certainly not the most lively leg in Class 4A football by any means. The Bulldogs will bring Tegan Bogue and Tyson Augustine back deep to return. They are to our right, to the kicker to our left. As we view it from the visitors' side of Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge, you can see quite a crowd if you're watching the live stream, which is being brought to you by great sponsors like Northwest Bank, Pease Pizza House, Julie Hurt at Century 21 ProLink, and Easy Clean Car Wash. That crowd on the other side certainly well inflated today due to the fact that it is homecoming for Fort Dodge. Bo Marsh has it teed up at his own 40-yard line. Tyson Augustine, Tegan Bogue back deep to return, and the kick is sent high into the air toward the far side of the field, fielded at the 13-yard line, and run out by Tegan Bogue toward the right hash, and he could not quite step out of the ankle tackle at about the 24-yard line. A nice play to bring him down, and Lamars will start 1st and 10. They'll spot him at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, he had a little bit of room over there. And they actually, I don't know who kicked it off because number 17 was the one who ended up coming from the other side to kick it off. So already starting some tricks, and sometimes when you have to start that way, it makes you think that they feel like they can't just play the game. Right. So this is good for Lamars.
Bulldogs have 1st and 10, ball at their own 25-yard line, and now they are actually moving them back a yard.
We just lose a yard?
Well, we did just lose a yard, all right, before the first play. New York called that one.
Yeah, thanks.
1st and 10 from the 24. Low snap, and Sitzman bootlegs off the play fake. Rolling right, he throws, and it's caught at the 37-yard line along the right sideline. Tyson Augustine makes a great catch, pinning it to his hip, and a pickup of 13 brings up a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's you can see Ross. He'll bounce around from side to side, but I believe he was up on the top side there, the left side of their defense. But you're going to try to put him in conflict. You don't know where he's going to be, but when he's there, you have to make him decide what he wants to do.
One of the top pass rushers, if not the top pass rusher in Class 4A. Here's a handoff around the right side. That is Joaquin Hernandez running outside the right hash. He's brought down at about the 41-yard line. A good pickup of 4 yards. We'll set up 2nd and 6.
Good start, good positive play, staying ahead of the sticks and making sure that you do what you can to continue to keep them a little bit off balance.
Yeah, that's the biggest key, especially when you have such a good pass rusher in Trayshawn Ross. Getting him to maybe hesitate just that split second can give you the lane you need to run. 2nd down and 6 from the 41-yard line. Sitzman motions Grant, gives it to him. Jet sweep around the right side, outside the numbers, 45. Goes along the sideline. He's near the down to gain, and it looks like he's got it. No, they're going to spot him. Well, what do they have? They spot him at the 46.
Must have stepped out before. As he turned the corner. Oh, they just gave him the
first down. But they moved the chains already.
Thank you,
boy,
fellas.
I think if I'm Fort Dodge, I think he would have been a yard short. Yeah. So they are going to say he's short of the line to gain, but they already moved the chains.
Now they should have what they do is they put a little marker on there.
Yep.
And so that should have not moved yet. But now Coach Vigdahl wants to know, hey, what's the plan here? What are we doing? Because he wants to call a play.
Yep, because it's 3rd and 1 now.
I'm assuming he didn't call a 1st and 10 type play.
Nope. So 3rd and 1. Here's Sitzman motioning Grant out of the backfield. He takes the snap, gives left, and Joaquin Hernandez is brought down for a loss in the backfield. 8 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs now have, or the Dodgers, have 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. We do apologize. We are having a little bit more technical issues, but hopefully we've got things squared away here tonight. It is a handoff up the middle, and there's just nowhere to go. Right out of the get-go, the Bulldogs make a stop at the line of scrimmage around 3rd down and 5 for the Dodgers.
And here comes Ross. When he comes in, you're usually going to see, he's going to go right to the backfield. He's going to stand right next to the quarterback. And again, if he's in, most of the time he gets the ball.
He's getting the ball. He's a secret weapon. 3rd down and 5. We'll see what they do with him here as McBride tries a bit of a hard count, claps his hands a couple of times, and now looks over to the sideline for a new play call. This is 3rd down and 5 for the Dodgers. Ball at their own 30. Philly drags him down. That is thrown away. Thrown toward the far side, out of bounds. Did not get to the line of scrimmage.
Drop it right there.
And there should be a penalty flag on this.
22 was in the area.
They are going to say a wide receiver was in the area.
It's all right.
But it is still a big stop. It's no gain of the incomplete pass. And 4th down and 5 is upcoming.
Yeah, and that would have been a big loss, maybe about 10 yards or so.
Right.
But either way, we got him off the field. We matched their punt. We're good to go.
So it'll be 4th down and 5. Here comes the punt from Bo Marsh. And back deep to return is Tegan Bogue. He gets it away past Jarrett Forbes.
Get away.
This high wobbling punt bounced at the 42, rolls up the right numbers to the 40. 35, it's being escorted up the sideline by the Dodgers.
What a bounce.
And a great bounce for the Dodgers. Gets them all the way down to the 29-yard line. So both teams are forced to punt on their first drive of the night with 8:53 to go in this contest. Lamar's will take over at their own 29-yard line. Again, we are hopefully working through some technical bugaboos here. Of course, week 8 of the regular season, it is inevitable, I guess, to run into some issues, so we do apologize for that. We thank you for sticking with us here tonight as we will try and get those straightened out throughout the evening. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, and the Bulldogs have it for the 2nd time here tonight. The snap to Sitzman. He keeps around the left side. Up the numbers he goes to the 30, and he's escorted out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 3 to make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, an interesting look there. I mean, that's not something they do very often. You did have Deji in there, and he was over there on the left side in the slot, which is something a little bit different. Deji's maybe a little bit more physical, so he was in there to block, and it was a nice setup design. You get a few yards on 1st down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7, I beg your pardon. And Sitzman hands off the right side. A big gain there. It's Joaquin Hernandez in between the right hash and the left hash, and he's dragged down to the 39-yard line. A big run for 7 yards, and that should be enough this time to confirm a Bulldog 1st down.
Yeah, and Hudson Cass is doing what every lineman says to a running back that tries to bounce it out and doesn't get there. Just go that way.
Yep.
I mean, he's sitting there, he's pointing, he's like, just go. Like, we've done all we can. Get as many as you can, and Joaquin had a great run there, great blocking up front, and the Bulldogs have had a little bit of rhythm here early, and it's good to see.
7 yards on the run for Hernandez. 2nd first down of the night for the Dogs. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Sitzman motions Hernandez out of the backfield. Knee-high snap. He bootlegs off a play fake to his left. Gets away from one would-be sacker. Chased by Ross. The ball gets forced out of bounds. He fumbled it out of bounds on the 33-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 6 and basically the result of a sack, and it's 2nd and 16.
Yeah, that's they'll give him a credit for a sack, and I think you rightfully do that. And that's one where Jamie's trying to make a play, and he just has to chuck it away. You know, throw it over here to the Gatorade and go to the next play. So now you're not at 2nd and 16. You're at 1st or 2nd and 10, and those 6 yards matter each time. So it's just one of those things where he's trying to make a play, and it's hard going to his left, throwing back. May just have to get rid of that as the night goes on, as this game continues to stay close.
So the setup now on 2nd and 16, motioning Isaiah Tolson out of the backfield. Sitzman throws over the middle, and an easy interception is taken back by the Dodgers to the 45-40 and dragged down at about the 39-yard line on a big interception of the backfield. That was Tavon Feely with his first interception of the year. The Dodgers will take over in Bulldog territory.
Yeah, I think Jamie was decided on that, or he had decided on that decision before the play that he was going to go to Andrew Grant, because there was really no way Andrew was open on there. He had 3 guys around him. So Bulldogs are going to have to bounce back. You have a little adversity here. You know, they always say, the coach is saying is you want to end every possession with a kick.
Yep.
Whether it's a punt or a kickoff, it doesn't matter. Let's kick it somehow. Unfortunately, that's not how that possession ended, but let's see if we can get this one to go.
So 1st and 10 here for Fort Dodge. They are in Bulldog territory and have firmly flipped the field position back into their favor on 1st and 10 for the Bulldog 39. Here's the power eye, the pitch to Ross, running off the left side up the numbers, 35-30, breaks a tackle, tight ropes the sideline, and he's upended out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. They'll give him 14 yards and a Dodger 1st down.
Yeah, and they just pitched it. They had 2 backs behind him, and they're just going to load it up, and they're just going to keep running the big old horse there.
Again, into that power eye offset a bit. Ross is the tailback. They pitch it to him around the left side from the 25, and he gets eaten alive by the turf monster. That's probably the one thing that can stop Drayshawn Ross. He's down at the 24 and a pickup of 1, and it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and they're not hiding it. I mean, and nor should they. They know, everybody knows what's going on here. They're just tossing it out. They're going to spread it out a little bit more, but I'll be shocked if he doesn't get it again.
2nd down and 9 for the 24. There are 2 backs in the backfield. Out of the shotgun set is True McBride. He claps his hand. Shoulder high snap and a deep drop. Set up a screen over the middle, and he threw it way too far out in front of the intended target. It looks like it was Kyrie Rochon, the intended receiver. It's 3rd down and 9. Now the Bulldog defense tries to get their crowd into it.
Yeah, that was, and they're going to do that. They're going to do everything they can to try to keep you off balance. Ross is off the field here. That's good. Now we're going to see what they do. McBride is going to have the ball in his hands here. Probably a pitch out to this side. They like this formation and pitching it out towards this side.
7:07 to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless between the Dodgers and Bulldogs. Here's a pitch play right, and that's McElroy dragged down by Tyson Augustine. A loss of a yard to the 25, and it's 4th down and 10, and a decision upcoming for the Dodgers.
Yeah, if I know it, I know that our defense knows it. So I haven't watched near as much as those guys have. So we'll see what they do here. I mean, it's an obvious go for it. They don't really have a kicking game, so.
Yeah, they're 0 for 2 on field goals, and I don't know how long those 2 field goals they attempted were, but certainly from 42 yards out, probably not your spot. So here's 4th and 10 at the 25. They fake the pitch, bootlegging right. He's looking to throw back toward the left. He's scrambling to his right, goes up the sideline, and he's dragged down out of bounds. It's Chase Hammonds who tackles McBride out of bounds on the near sideline. It's only a gain of a couple, and the turnover on downs, the Bulldogs take over.
Great job defensively, and Chase Hammonds had the speed there around the outside. I was a little bit worried with him running because he's a big guy, and you have McBride out there who is also a big guy, but more attuned to the running game as such. So great stop by the Bulldogs. Now you have to you answered the bell. Now you have to recuperate here a little bit, and I think we have some first down issues with the markers, the chains. Look at the guy with the down marker. It's broken in half. He's just
it is broken in half. Oh my goodness.
Oh, now we're gonna see his speed. He's going to get another one.
I was going to say the chain gang's having a rough night, but that one is not their fault necessarily.
No, that is not their fault.
So we got to get a new down marker here, and I think that is the Fort Dodge Athletic Director, Brandon Ruffridge, that has very quickly gotten that back over to his chain
I think
gang.
that thing just shattered. It just broke. Oh, no, it looks like it is a screw-on maybe. Maybe not.
Now somebody's trying to fix the one that is broken, but they've gotten old reliable. Yeah, they're not fixing that one, I don't think. So we have an official's timeout for it, and with 6:21 to go in this first quarter, the Bulldogs and Dodgers remain scoreless in Class 4A District 1 football. As we talked about a bunch in the pregame, the winner is more than likely going to receive the second automatic qualifying spot in the district standings. These two teams are currently tied for second. We had a feeling this might end up being the outcome as the season progressed. Bulldogs have 1st and 10 for their own 22 after turning the Dodgers over on downs. Here's the sweep around the left side for Andrew Grant. Off the motion, he carries up the left numbers. 30, stiff arms a defender, 35, and he's got a first down. Up ahead to the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. They'll say 13 yards and a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do. Keep establishing the run game, and they've really done a good job. The last couple of weeks, we've seen more of that. Now they're going to hurry up and go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, here come the Bulldogs on tempo. 1st and 10 for the 35. Low snap, Sitzman, screen pass right. It's caught. Isaiah Tolson near the line of scrimmage, and he's dragged down. Just a pickup of a yard to the 36-yard line will make it 2nd and 9.
Got a little bit there, just making them move right to left, making them keep going back and forth. I think number 0 keeps going up to the official saying, I've been held. He hears it all the time, but he's probably not going to change a whole lot.
Yeah, that number 0 is a pretty good defensive end as well.
Yeah.
Preston Grady, And that is a good 1-2 combo with him and Drayshawn Ross. So here is 2nd down and 9. Ball at the Bulldog 36-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. And the pistol, is Jamie Sitzman. Motions it back out of there. Bootlegs off the play fake to his right. All the way on that far sideline, and he does.
Good,
throw
we'll
it right at the feet of the receiver, but the ball short-hopped at the 40-yard line. Incomplete, 3rd and 9.
That's a good play. That's a great play. And you're going into the boundary, but it appears that Ross is going towards the field. Okay, so coaches are going to try to adjust a little bit and see some things there.
And so it will be 3rd down and 9 with 5:27 left to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs and Dodgers, 2 top 15 teams in the state, remain scoreless. Here's 3rd and 9. Sitzman gives a sweeper on the left side. That's Christopher Sanchez, left numbers 40, trying to get to the edge. And he is hit low at his knees at the 40-yard line. Stop there. Pickup of 4, the tackle made by Noah Daniel. And it will be 4th down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, and they overloaded the top side, brought in Josh Adal as an extra blocker, and then ran away from him towards the field trying to get some speed out there. They'll probably continue to try to just take advantage of that anytime they can.
The Bulldogs have been good for 1 first down on every drive, but after that it's tricky. Here's the snap to Augustine. He gets a good right-footed end-over-end punt away, and this one is fielded with a fair catch at the 22-yard line. And it is fielded there by Cal Peterson. So the Dodgers will start. The nice thing, too, Gabe, is as we sometimes talk about the complementary game of football, the Bulldogs have gotten the field position battle kind of back in their favor. That turnover on downs was huge.
Yeah, the turnover on downs was huge. And then to get a 1 first down. You know, if you're punting from the 10, that's a lot different than punting from the 30. So they did a good enough job, and we know that Tyson, he's been punting the last couple of years. He's been quality there. So now it's about keeping it down here and then taking advantage of the next possession.
4:46 to go in this quarter. The Dodgers have 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Out of the shotgun, McBride. He turns left, gives to McElroy. Running off tackle left side, outside the hash mark to the numbers, 25-30, and he gets out of bounds in front of his own bench. And they spot him down at about the 34-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 and a first down for Fort Dodge.
Yeah, and they matched the first down that we had with the first down that they had. I think we went 13, they go 12. So somebody didn't quite do their job and stay outside where they needed to. And so now they got out of trouble. They got out of that deeper zone that we wanted to keep them in.
We've found out that the first set of downs is not the problem tonight. It's the second set. And here's Drayshawn Ross in the backfield. They give it to him right up the middle. Left seam and across the 35. Drayshawn Ross is down at the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 4, and it's 2nd and 6.
And I'm going to state something very obvious. You are not tackling that man above his waist. You have to hit him low, and if you can bring friends, do it.
Friends make everything better. That's what we know. Here's 2nd and 6.
Another
Ross
counter.
gets the handoff around the left side, and he is dragged down. A nice play. That's Ephraim Kabongo there. Josh Adal was around the tackle as well. Pickup of 2 to the 40. It's 3rd and 4, and Ross goes to the bench.
And Ephraim gets the tackle there, but that play is made by Adal, and I think that was Chase Hammonds in the middle, making him stop his feet. If he's going downhill, you're in trouble. If he's moving right to left, you're in better shape.
3rd down and a big 4 to go here for Fort Dodge at their own 40. Dogs got to get a stop. McBride bootlegs all the way out to his right, looking to throw up the field. He throws back toward the right hash. The catch made at midfield to the 45. That's Tytrell Mosley, and he's brought down to the 44-yard line of Lamar's. A pickup of 16 yards and a big Fort Dodge first down.
Yeah, we got to have some pressure on him from the defensive end. We just kind of shadowed him out there, and when he has all day, he's going to make plays, and they ran him all the way from the backside. And he just sat right there in the open spot. And that's what you have to get off the field on 3rd down. You have to have some pressure there. Otherwise, he's going to make you pay.
I believe that's the first 3rd down conversion for either team here tonight. It's 1st and 10 for the Dodgers at the Bulldog 44. Here's Ross running off the right side. Stiff arms a defender. And the Bulldogs get a big hit in the backfield. It's a loss to the 48. Cougar Sargason, Chase Hammonds there again. Losing 4 is Ross, and it's 2nd and 14.
And again, get him going from our sideline to their sideline, and you have a better shot just because now you can rally to it. I mean, they have the solid offensive line, but I don't think they're going to dominate and they're going to be big and push you around. So if you can make him go back and forth, you're in much better shape.
Boy, it really is true. When number 1's on the field, he's getting the football. He goes on, he gets the ball, he comes off, he's done. Here's 2nd down and 14 for the Dodgers at the Bulldog 48. 2 men in the backfield. McBride, screen left. That one's caught, left hash. Nowhere to go. A good pursuit to the football as the tackle is made there by Ephraim Kabongo. Looked like Andrew Grant was on the hit as well. No pickup on the screen to Cal Peterson. It's 3rd and 14.
Yep, and they love the screen game. They're going to run screens from there. They're going to run them with their tight end. They're going to run them with anybody they can and try to make plays that way. So don't be surprised to see another one here.
2:10 to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless, and the Dodgers have 3rd and 14 for the Bulldog 48. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dogs show a blitz. Back off.
Pressure.
Yep, McBride's going to try a hard count here. And now he lines up in the pistol with McElroy, the running back, directly behind him. On 3rd down and 14 now. He moves into the shotgun. McElroy off his left hip. Bulldogs line up with a 4-man front. Play action fake, drop and a throw. He steps up in the pocket. There's nowhere to go, and he's dragged down at the line of scrimmage. It's Josh Adall who brings him down for no gain, and it's 4th and 14. The Dodgers will try and pin the Bulldogs deep.
Great coverage by Ephraim Kabongo. They ran a wheel out of the back or out of their number 3 receiver and trying to get some confusion there. Did a great job just keeping in pattern with him, and then, of course, you held your zones there and got off the field, hopefully.
Tegan Bogue lines up at his own 12-yard line. Bo Marsh is back deep to punt with 1:12 to go in the quarter. He gets it away just barely. Good rush from the Dogs with Christopher Sanchez. Tegan Bogue wants no part of this one. It bounced at the 20 and takes a friendly Bulldog roll before briefly turning Fort Dodge's way and being down at the Bulldog 21-yard line. That is a punt. That ends up going for just 27 yards. And with 1 minute to go in the first quarter, the Bulldogs have the football back. The result of the drive so far, punt, interception, and punt. It's been a struggle to move the football.
Yeah, but we have had moments where we have. It's just stacking them, and that's what it's all about. It's stacking.
Yeah.
And it feels like we've had one play here or there. Jamie took, we'll call it a sack, where he kind of tried to, when he was rolling left. We had another play where we didn't gain anything on first down. 2 or 3 yards is a positive gain, and we can keep gaining that way.
So 1st down and 10 for the Dogs at the 21. Snap to Sitzman. He gives left. It's Hernandez breaking a tackle in the backfield, and Drayshawn Ross comes up to clean up the mess at the 22. It is a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Positives are positives. We'll take it. It's not a big one, but it's a little bit.
At this point, you need a yard wherever you can get it. And now it's 2nd down and 9 to go from the 22-yard line. Looks like they did fix that hold that new 1st down marker as well, so they've got it.
Maybe a little duct tape or something down there.
There you go. Yeah, you got to be handy, right? 2nd and 9 for the 22. Here's Sitzman in the pistol. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. He turns, fakes to give to the fullback, has an option pitch left side. Grant's got a lot of room. Left numbers 30, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Great read there by Sitzman. He pitches to Grant, who does the rest, and a pickup of 13 for a Bulldog 1st down.
Yeah, a little speed option out down to the boundary, which is nice to see. And then, again, if Ross is going to keep going to the field, you're going to have different players down there, and that's going to be – no, he's out of bounds?
Yeah, he's out of bounds.
So we're going to have one more play at least, and we're going to get Josh Adall running back in there, 2 on, 2 off.
Yep. Dogs make substitutions. The play clock is down to 15.
Plenty of time.
You got time, yep. And now it is 1st and 10 for the Dogs at their own 35. 17 seconds left in the quarter. This could be the last play of the first. Snap to Sitzman under center. Hands right. That is Joaquin Hernandez. And there's a penalty flag thrown.
Yeah, we weren't set, unfortunately.
Hernandez is stopped for a yard. And it is a false start called, so the play is actually nullified there totally. It is a loss of 5 on the penalty. 1st and 15 upcoming for the Bulldogs. 14 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world because it was kind of ugly from the beginning, getting people on and getting people off. It's something you always tell anybody, but especially the young guys. If you think you could get in the game, you got to scoot down. You got to be ready to go.
So 1st and 10 here for Lamar's at their own 30. Actually, they did reset the game clock to 17 seconds. Lamar's in Fort Dodge, scoreless early on. It's been a real struggle to move the football for both teams. Grant gets the handoff of the option
we
sweep.
got to be set, Jamie.
And there is another penalty flag thrown, and it blows the play dead. So this will be another false start against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we've got to be set, and we've got to make sure that's the job of the quarterback. And he's played, and he knows, and I think the coaches are telling him, just calm down.
Yeah, you're not in a hurry right now.
Yeah, there's no clock. You're not going to catch them off guard. It's week 8. Like they're going to do what they do, and that's the thing about what one of the defenses they run. It appears as though they're not ready. It appears as though they're all over the place. You just kind of have to do what you do. If they're going to roam around and do this amoeba type thing, let them do it, and then just block the heck out of them.
And as you talked about a few minutes ago as well, stacking good plays on top of each other crucial. You pick up 13. You're feeling good. 2 penalties set you back, and now it's 1st and 20 for the Dogs at their own 25-yard line after 2 false starts. 2 receivers right, tight end and receiver left. Here's a handoff, Sitzman. Right side he gives to Joaquin Hernandez. Dives forward for just a yard to the 26-yard line, and it will be 2nd and 19, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter, it appears. Your score? Well, it hasn't changed since we started this game 12 minutes ago. The Bulldogs and Dodgers are scoreless. We're going to the second quarter in just a minute. Stay tuned for more Bulldog football here on KLEM.
Lamar's Physical Therapy wants to wish our student athletes a successful and injury-free season. But if injury occurs, our therapists are here to get you back into the game. No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
At Roosters Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, you can find your perfect ride with bikes, gear, and service you can trust. Find them online at roostersh-d.com or stop by Roosters Harley-Davidson today, where your next ride is waiting.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
Well, we are back to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. It's 2nd and 19 for the Dogs to open a scoreless game here in the second quarter as Sitzman drops back to pass, steps through pressure and gets clocked at the 23-yard line. A big hit and a loss of 3 yards will set up 3rd down and 22 for the Dogs.
Yeah, and unfortunately in this situation, you are in a let's not turn the ball over and punt the thing type of mode. I mean, you don't want to get too greedy down here and try to do something crazy. If you do throw it deep and it gets picked on the other side of the 50, so be it. But you don't want to do anything that's going to cause the ball to come out down here. We got to get rid of it if we need to. Even if it's a penalty, it doesn't matter.
Right. 3rd down and 22 for the Dogs. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left of Sitzman of the pistol. He turns, fakes the give, keeps the option, pitches left. Grant, left numbers 30 to the 33. Spins out of a tackle, 35. He keeps his feet moving down to the 39-yard line. Boy, he got a lot of that back, but not enough.
38,
they're going to say the 38, so it'll be 4th down and 7 for the Bulldogs. They're still going to have to punt it.
But that's huge, and it has to build confidence. It's the second time we've run that type of speed option out there. You just can't have those hurry-up plays where we're not paying attention and where the little things matter. And I know Coach talks about that all the time. The guys have to believe it. It does matter, and you're right there, but you can't let those mistakes happen.
Tyson Augustine will boot it away from his own 38, and he gets it away. A right-footed sideways wobbling spiral. Bounces to the 33, rolls to the 22. Peterson touched the football, and he gets drilled down at the 21-yard line. Jarrett Forbes, great job not giving up on the play, and the Dodgers will take over at their own 21.
I think he's kind of looking at the official like, hey, you're going to let him do that? Well, when you jump
Once
on
you
the ball.
touch the ball.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? What do you think? I mean, especially if you're going to turn your back and just fall on it, then there's no reason. Unless he felt like he may have touched it, then I think you have to do that. But otherwise, just stay out of the way.
At that point, too, I don't think he even signaled fair catch, but even if he did, you lose that protection, too.
Yep.
So it's 1st and 10 here for the Dodgers at their own 21-yard line. That might be a big play. We'll put a pin on that. This could keep the field position kind of moving in Lamar's favor here. 1st and 10 of the 21. Power eye, 3 men in the backfield. McElroy is the tailback, though, and they hand it off to him. Right up the middle, and it looked like Kent Westhoff got the first hit on him in that pile. It is a pickup of 2 to the 23-yard line. Makes it 2nd and 8.
Yep, and we hadn't seen that formation without Ross as the third back there, and now he's going to come in and maybe do a little bit different things. So we'll see what happens here. But that was a great job keeping them. They did get a couple, but nothing major. Let's keep them back here, and let's take advantage of this. Let's try to hold them to no more.
10:34 to go before halftime. Still scoreless between the Bulldogs and Dodgers in district football. 2nd and 8 from the 23. Hand to Ross up the right side. He's trying to string it out. He's taken down. It's Cougar Sargason. No gain on the play. 3rd and 8 upcoming.
And I know Cougar didn't wrestle last year, but he's wrestled in his life. He knows what he's doing, and he knows that he's gone up against guys like this. You can't go high. Cougar knows the only way to take him down is low, and he did just that.
He's been to Fort Dodge for districts. I'm sure he's seen Drayshawn wrestle a ton. Knows what he can do. 3rd and 8 from the 23. McBride tries a hard count, lined up in the shotgun with a 2-by-2 set.
Where's the pressure?
Equal receivers on either side. The Bulldogs bring their safeties up as well in coverage. On 3rd and 8 from the 23, McBride a shoulder-high snap and a 4-man Bulldog rush. He throws over the middle into single coverage. A diving play by Melvin. He couldn't bring it in, and the ball is caught on the backside by
pass.
Cal Peterson across midfield, and he's into Bulldog territory at the 40-yard line. That goes for 36 and a Dodger first down.
Yeah, what a pass, and it looked like they were manned up there, and they just had to run with him, and he got a step on Carter. Carter was right there, but just couldn't quite get it, and a great ball by True McBride and to put it right where he needed to, right out of the reach of Carter.
So big first down. Dodgers have it in Bulldog territory at the 41. Snap to McBride, pitch play right. Ross gets downhill, right seam 35, and an ankle tackle there by Tyson Augustine at the 33-yard line. 8 yards for Ross, and it's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and now just the shift of momentum goes, and now they're going to go a little bit quicker and try to take advantage of maybe the Bulldogs headed down a little bit.
Capture lightning in a bottle, pitch play right. Ross is met in the backfield, stiff arms Augustine, who's hanging on for dear life to his jersey, and finally drags him down to the 34. They'll give him the line of scrimmage, actually, so no gain, makes it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, if he can stiff arm you like that, you're too high. If he can stiff arm you like that, you're too high. You have to go lower. You're not going to tackle him there. You might hang on to his jersey and wait for help, but you're not going to tackle him. He could have lost 5. Tyson's going to be better the next time.
3rd and 3 from the 34 of Lamar's with under 9 to go in the second quarter. Hand up the middle. That's Ross again.
Short, but
I don't think he got it. Oh, it's very close. They got him around the 31.5. He needed the 31, and he is short. So it'll be 4th down and a couple of feet.
Yep, and I think we probably know what we're going to see here. And actually, they do a really good job of just getting behind McBride and pushing him in, a tush-push type of situation.
Yep. Here they go.
And so
here's McBride under center. It is a quarterback sneak straight ahead, and he's going to have the first down. If that pile is any indication on where he is, and it is, he gets to the 30-yard line on 4th and short, and a first down. Big one there for the Dodgers on 4th down.
Yeah, and that's where those first couple downs really come into play. And they are trying to just go maybe a little quicker to try to up the tempo a little bit, which I don't mind because I think we're better. If they go fast and he's off the field, we're in good shape.
7:40 to go in the half. Scoreless still. Dodgers trying to break that
Screen.
scoreless tie. Here's 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 30-yard line. 2 receivers either side. Empty backfield to McBride, who takes the belt high snap. Bulldogs bring 5. The extra blitz gets there, and he's sacked back at the 40-yard line. That's Cougar Sargason, who came free on a blitz from his linebacking post. It's a loss of 10. It's 2nd and 20.
Yeah, that was a weird shift to pull 2 guys out of there, and I really thought they might go for a screen. They've done that quite a few times through the season, so they didn't. They were looking for something. He did have a hitch on the top side because we were playing a little bit softer coverage. Didn't go to him, and the sack is there by Cougar. Great job.
7 minutes to go before halftime. Bulldogs trying to keep the Dodgers off the board and keep this one scoreless. 2nd and 20 from the 40. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Here's McBride, the snap. He gives to McElroy. There's nowhere to go again. It's Sargason in along with Kent Westhoff for a loss of a yard to the 41. It's 3rd and 21.
Momentum.
Boy.
Isn't it crazy how that works? And it's even so much different with high school kids. You know, I mean, it matters all the time, but with high school kids, momentum it's totally different.
And it shifts so dramatically, too, from one play to another.
Yeah. Well, I got a teenager. I know all about that stuff.
Here's 3rd and 21 for the Dodgers. Shotgun set, and we got a whistle and a timeout called by Fort Dodge. Their first of this first half. Here with 6:15 to go in the second quarter. We will take a timeout as well. We're scoreless. The Dodgers have 3rd and 21 when we come back to Fort Dodge here on KLEM.
Every day is game day when you feel your best. At Game Day Men's Health in Dakota Dunes, they help you boost energy, build muscle, and reclaim your edge. Get your testosterone checked today and visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Mesher's Clothing, downtown Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for all your fashion needs. That's Mesher's in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
Make sure you can see the ball clearly. Schedule your annual eye exam today at Gretkin Family Eye Care, downtown Lamar's. They'll treat you like family, and they have the most stylish eyewear selection in town. Gretkin Family Eye Care.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're back to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge with Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. 3rd down and about 21 to go here for the Dodgers from the Bulldog 41-yard line. McBride empties the backfield, drops back to throw out of the shotgun snap, throws over the middle, leaping try. That ball is incomplete, and a huge hit by Andrew Grant to jar it loose of Tytrell Mosley at the 25-yard line. He was 5 yards short of the line to gain, but he didn't catch it anyway. It's 4th and 21. The punt team comes out.
The good news is he didn't catch it. The bad news is he should have caught it, and he was wide open.
Yep.
We've got to make sure we cover that. He hit it up in the air, and he paid for that.
And as soon as you do that, you're a free receiver to be hit. And really nice play by Grant there to jar it loose. Tegan Bogue is back at his own 10-yard line to return the punt of Bo Marsh. His last one went just 27 yards, and he gets that one away. A right-footed sideways spinning kick. Bounces inside the 20, 15, takes a good Dodger roll down inside the 5, and the Dodgers will finally let it die at around the Bulldog 3-yard line. So Lamar's will have some rough field position on a punt of 38 yards. They'll start under the shadow of their own goalpost. 5:56 to go in the first half at the 3-yard line. This is where you really got to man up and try and get a little bit of a sustained drive going.
Yeah, and I mean, a 97-yard drive right here before half would be awesome.
That'd be wonderful.
You know, and if you trust your guys here, finding a way to get a shot downfield a little bit is something that you can always do, and they're trying to push you back and get something here. So if there's any way you can take a shot.
1st and 10 from the 3. Sitzman in the pistol. Hands to the fullback, and I think that's Joaquin Hernandez who carries up the middle to the 6. It's about 3 yards there for Hernandez. It makes it 2nd and 7.
Now, I say that, but Drayshawn Ross is on the other side, and if you try to take a shot and you screw it up, you're down 2-0.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Potentially much worse. Yeah, it could be 7-0. He's forced 3 fumbles this season. He nearly forced another against Jamie Sitzman earlier in this game. 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Ball at their own 6. Now in the shotgun, Sitzman. 3 receivers left. Motions Andrew Grant, the tight end, left to right. And there's a penalty flag thrown. It's not delay of game.
We moved again.
Oh, there was some movement. False start against the Bulldogs.
So we lost those 3 yards back.
Yeah, there goes those 3 yards. That is half the distance to the goal from the 6. Backs him up to the 3. So now it's 2nd down and 10 for Lamar's.
Still get that 97. Still alive.
5:20 to go before halftime. Bulldogs and Dodgers are scoreless. Grant motions left to right. Sitzman the handoff around the left side. That is Hernandez. He comes out the other side of the first wave, and he gets those 3 yards back to the 6-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and here's where you're at. You're 3rd and 7. You're not in a great spot here. Maybe a little bit of that same type of action and dump one off and see if Andrew or one of those, Tyson, can make a play off a little dump, short pass, long run type situation.
It is 3rd down and 7. Ball's at the Bulldogs 6-yard line, standing just about in their own end zone. Here is Sitzman. Motions Grant. Here's the jet sweep around the left side. He tries to get upfield, but he is stood up in the pile. They're going to say right at the original line of scrimmage, the 6. That play continues well after the whistle, but they're going to let it go. No gain there for Grant. It'll be 4th down and 7, and of course the Bulldogs will punt it away.
And again, I felt like we went too fast there. I don't even know that we were set. I mean, everybody just has to maybe take a breath out there and just calm down, because we're getting in and we're going so fast. It looked like our guys were not quite ready to go yet.
Now, Tyson's going to need to get a boomer off here with 4 minutes to go before halftime. He's standing 9 yards deep of the end zone. He does get it away. Right-footed end-over-end kick, and running up the field at the 40 is Peterson. He runs it out the left seam to the 35, and it is Deji Kabongo who brings him down to the 32-yard line of Lamar. So the Dodgers will start in Bulldog territory again, but they've been in Bulldog territory twice here tonight and have not scored. But at a certain point, you might be flirting with fire there too.
Yeah, and this is not what you want to do here. I mean, obviously. I mean, that's stating the obvious. Everybody knows this isn't what you want to do. This is me saying stuff that every coach, every player, everybody knows. But like you said, you're flirting with fire here. You really got to try to do everything you can to hold serve here. They're in 4-down territory, so that's how it's going to be. You have to hold for 4 downs and hopefully try to get the ball back.
It's 1st and 10 here for Fort Dodge. Ball's at the Bulldog 32-yard line. McBride lines up in the pistol, 2 tight ends to the left, and he takes the snap, gives up the middle. That's McElroy ahead of steam, right in between the hashes. He's across the 30 and down at about the 27-yard line. They'll give him 5, and it's 2nd and 5.
Yep, and they're going to jump right back on the ball. They like this tempo for some reason. They're seeing something. He's probably going to play action this before too long and try to take a shot.
2 receivers right, 2 tight ends left, pistol set. And again, they hand to McElroy straight ahead. It's Ephraim Kabongo who's got him at his waist, trying to bring him backwards, and he does. They're going to say no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 5 upcoming.
And there was just no room there. You had Adal and you had Hammonds, and you had the whole works was blocking that up and walling it up. But now you get to see the big dog here at number 1.
Yeah, here's Trayshawn Ross in the backfield. McElroy splits out as a tight end to the right. And there's 2 tight ends on that right side. Ross in the backfield in the pistol. They give it to him. Oh, now he's looking to throw over the middle. Nope. Diving try, and the ball is incomplete.
That's a good play.
Whoa, what a play call. Trayshawn Ross tried to pop it up over the top to the tight end. Looked like Zach Jorgensen was that intended target. The incomplete pass will make it 4th down and 5.
That's a very good design, and you just have to complete it. And he had all the open field in the world, so interesting design there. But it was there. He just kind of threw it like he hasn't thrown a whole bunch of them, and it's a lot harder than it looks. All the people that say just complete it, it's not that easy.
Not that easy by any means. 3 minutes to go in the half. 4th down and a long 4 to go here for True McBride and the Dodgers. 2 receivers
timeout.
right, 1 left, and a timeout coming from Fort Dodge. They want to talk about a 4th down play. 3 minutes to go in the half. We'll take the timeout as well and be back with more Bulldog football in just a moment. Stay tuned. You're listening to Bulldog football on KLEM.
Wagner Auto Supply is proud to support our area athletes and their families. As you travel from game to game, take care of your vehicle with new filters, batteries, windshield wipers, and wiper fluid from Wagner Auto Supply, 1st Street Northwest, Lamars.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty's Century 21 Pro Link, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to CNOS.net to learn more.
This is Jamie Sisman. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, Lamar's has been here before on 4th down, deep in their own territory. The Dodgers have 4th and 4 from the 27-yard line. The last time they had this, the Bulldogs turned them away on downs near the red zone. Here's 3 receivers right, 1 to the left of Drew McBride in the shotgun. He claps his hands and takes a snap. Looks left, looks right, has time. 4-man rush, throws middle, and throws well wide of Zach Jorgensen. It's an incomplete pass, and for the 2nd time tonight, the Dodgers turn it over on downs.
That's awesome. That's huge. We've got to capitalize on one of these. And you're building, that's stacking. You know, you stack those plays.
Yes.
Now the offense needs to do that too. If you have any type of things we can get just a little bit momentum. I don't know that either team's really earned over midfield, have we? We've given it to them over,
right,
but
yeah.
I don't know that they earned any of it.
One time they have. That's been it, though. Yeah, it's been hard to come by. Here's Sitzman faking the give. Hernandez pitches right. This is Grant, right numbers 30, runs through a tackler at the 33 and goes down to the 35. Good physical run for Grant. He gets 8, and it's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and this is a twofold situation where you want to run, you want to use as much clock as you can, but you also want to try to get down there and get some points. You don't want to give them time.
The Bulldogs also have the advantage of having all 3 timeouts here. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. 2nd and 2 from the 35. Sitzman, low snap, throws left. Leaping try, Augustine. It pops through his hands, and it's an incomplete pass around the 39-yard line. In coverage with Sam Mosier. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and that's one that they've capitalized on that so many times. Those slants that they run, and they're successful with it. Just wasn't quite it. Jamie threw it to the back shoulder a little bit. Either by design or by how it came out, doesn't matter. Tyson knows he probably should have come down with that. Yep. But you're in a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Well, they have 3rd and 1 on the board. We'll take that if that's the case. But 3rd and 1 or 2, we're in good shape, and hopefully we can make our way across this first down mark.
Ball's at the 35-yard line. Shotgun set. Sitzman. He fakes the give to Grant. Drops back to pass. Pressure. Chased by Ross. He's going to run. All kinds of grass. 40, 45, 50. He's into Dodger territory at the 49-yard line. Jamie Sitzman scrambles for 16 and a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, that was great job. And you maybe had Tyson a little bit, but you had the first down on a run, so go get the first down. If you can take an explosive play, great, but if not, let's get the first down and keep on moving.
First time the Bulldogs are in Dodger territory tonight. 1st and 10 of the 49. Out of the shotgun, Sitzman. 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap. Quick pass right on the out route. Caught by Tegan Bogue. Right sideline across the 45. And he's out of bounds at about the 43. They'll say the 42. Pickup of 7. It's 2nd and 3.
And again, you'd like to maybe stay in bounds a little bit more just to milk a little bit of clock, but as long as you're getting down the field and you've earned that midfield stripe and we can keep going, we're in good shape.
2:06 to go in the half. And again, the Bulldogs have all 3 timeouts, so everything is open to them at this point. On 2nd and 3 from the Dodger 42. 2 receivers left, 1 right, 2 men in the backfield, and Sitzman fakes the give to Hernandez. Pitches right on the option. It's Grant. Right numbers. He keeps his feet moving and is tripped up there at the 40-yard line. That'll be about 2 yards. Makes it 3rd and short.
Yep, so that you're going to be 3rd and short. I'm going to assume if you can at least get back to the line of scrimmage or gain 1, you're probably 4-down territory, which makes you feel comfortable with things. And so you have your whole bag of tricks here if you want it. Coach is going to wait a little bit, call timeout, or maybe call it right now. We're going to see.
Yep, here is the timeout with 1:35. Well, they're going to have to put time on this clock. A couple more seconds anyway. Bulldogs and Dodgers are scoreless in this contest. The Dogs have 3rd and 2. We'll have that for you coming up next here on KLEM.
From playtime to game time, Launchpad Children's Museum fuels young imaginations while our hometown sports teams inspire the next generation of champions. Best of luck to our area teams from Launchpad Children's Museum.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge with Gabe Davis. I'm Daniel Versteg as we bring you Bulldog football here on KLEM Radio. Video streaming on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel as well. 1:34 left to go in this second quarter. The Bulldogs have 3rd and 2 from the Fort Dodge 41-yard line. Motioning man out of the backfield. Sitzman bootlegs to his right off the play fake. Throws right numbers caught. Isaiah Tolson at the 31-yard line. He's got 10 and a Bulldog first down.
And I think that's the ironic play of the week. I think if that's the same one I'm thinking of, Coach Thomas called the play last week accidentally in the wrong direction, and I think that's what came from it, if I remember right. So it worked out well. Tolson had a great play, and now we're going.
1st and 10 of the 31. Sitzman drops back. The pressure's there. He evades it. He runs up the right seam, breaks a tackle across the 30, and he's tackled from behind at about the 23, 24-yard line. They'll go for 7 yards on that carry, and it's Alex Beekman on the hit. It's 2nd and 3.
And now we've got a little bit of momentum. We've got a little bit of rhythm going with us. So you're at 1 minute. You have 2 timeouts. You're looking good. Keep the ball moving, and let's score right here before half.
55 seconds left to go in the half. This game remains scoreless, hopefully only temporarily. On 2nd and 3, handoff to Hernandez. Straight ahead, dragging a defender across the 20. He's down at the 18, 6 yards, and a first down for the Dogs.
And I love the composure they're playing with right now. It's not a situation where everybody's hectically running around trying to get things. We know we're in control. We're in a good spot.
1st and 10 for Lamar's. The clock stops to move the chains. Ball's at the 18-yard line of Fort Dodge. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Pistol set for Sitzman. 2 men in the backfield. He motions Hernandez out of there. Play action, bootlegging right, looking to throw. Sitzman pressure from Ross, and he just spikes it.
He already went out of bounds.
And he was already out of bounds. Yeah, he tried to throw it at the foot of Hernandez, who was downfield, but he had already stepped out of bounds. They spot him. Where are they going to spot him? Around the 25-yard line, maybe the 26. Loses 8, so it's 2nd and 18.
Yeah, the official pointed right to the ground. It looked like he must have stepped out of bounds right before that. So otherwise it would have been intentional grounding. You would have lost it anyways.
Right.
And that might have been a run off a clock, so we're in better shape with that.
Yeah, 16 seconds left. Dogs have 2 timeouts again, so the entire field is open. If you get tackled in bounds, you could use a timeout.
We're going to have to call a timeout now. We're going to have to call a timeout. There's only 5 seconds left.
How is the play? Yeah, the play clock's got to be reset. No, now they call the timeout. They tried to reset the play clock.
Yeah, He did try.
He
set
tried
it up, but we had already
yeah.
called it. Yeah.
Oh shoot, that is unfortunate. Yeah, the play clock I think should have been reset to 40 there, but nevertheless, it is a timeout. We'll keep it here. It is the second timeout of the first half here for the Dogs, with 16 seconds left to go before halftime. The Bulldogs and Dodgers are scoreless in this district matchup in Class 4A District 1. Again, what's on the line? These two teams currently tied for second in the district standings. Of course, the top 2 teams in each district in Class 4A make the playoffs automatically. So this spot is very critical if the Bulldogs want to have meaningful football here in a couple of weeks. No better way to celebrate Halloween, right?
Yeah.
We'd be able to celebrate Halloween, I think, with a big football game there. So we'll see if the Dogs can get that done. Again, Lamar's faces 2nd down and 17 now. The nice thing, too, is you are kind of close to potentially being in Jordan Luna's field goal range. If you don't get into the end zone, you might be able to try for 3 here.
I think you can run this. This might be that reverse or maybe the fake.
Sitzman under center. This is the reverse around the right side for Grant. He turns up the right numbers. 20, 15, stiff arms the defender. 10. He breaks a tackle at the 6. He's down at the 5-yard line.
Gotta go.
20 yards, and now the Bulldogs will have to hustle at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Lamar's.
You have a timeout if you need it. You don't want to hurry so much you burn something that you don't like. Yep.
Oh, there's Coach Vigdahl. He had to use the timeout there.
That's okay. We had different personnel because of how we run that reverse. So you had to burn it, which is just fine, but you're right there. It would have been great if Andrew could have gotten out of bounds, but you know what? That's how he runs the ball. He's going to run until they stop him. And so now you have 7 seconds, two plays probably, no timeouts.
Just about to ask you, so the Bulldogs are out of timeouts. It's 1st and goal from the 5. You got 7 seconds left. I think play number 1 in this 2-play scenario has to go for the end zone, and it's got to be touchdown or incomplete. Stop the clock, right?
100%.
Yeah. So.
And you can't, if you're Jamie's got to know, and he's a veteran quarterback, he's got to know that you don't get to scramble here. It's either you like it and you go with it, or you chuck it to the 3rd row, and as long as you're in the direction, you're going to be okay. Now, you could also try to run something a little bit delayed. At 7 seconds, you're right on the borderline.
Yeah.
If you run a little bit of a delay, Tyson comes back across the formation, catches it over there on the O sometimes. We've done plays like that. You might run out of time if it's not there. So you're right. It'd be great if it was 9 seconds, then you'd be really comfortable with everything.
Yeah.
But right now, you really have to make sure that you get what you need. And we'll see if a field goal is something that they look at too.
Well, that's I don't see Jordan Luna out there, so they're not looking at it right now. But again, as we talked about, if you can run one play, take a shot for the end zone, see what you got, and then you can go to the field goal. But the Bulldogs will have 1st and goal from the 5. They need 5 yards, and again, if you do not score a touchdown, the ball has to be incomplete, otherwise the half's going to run out. Still scoreless. Sitzman motions 2 men out of the backfield. Empty look, 2 receivers either side. Oh, and Nick Mosier got the timeout off in time over there on the far side for Fort Dodge. They had 1 more timeout remaining, and they took it just in the nick of time. We'll take a timeout.
1 second back. There was 1 second went off.
The 1 second
went back off.
They should be able to put that back on. We'll take a quick timeout as well, see what the Dogs have for us coming up next here on KLEM.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamars supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamars, Iowa.
This is Tyson Augustine, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Coming out of the Fort Dodge timeout, it's 1st and goal for the 5, scoreless, 7 seconds and a half. Sitzman drops back, free blitz, rolls right, throws to the end zone. Catch made near the pylon. No, it's incomplete.
2 seconds.
The ball was jarred out of the hands of Joaquin Hernandez at the 1-yard line. He did get both hands on it, but couldn't bring it in. 2 seconds left. Here comes Jordan Luna and the field goal team.
Yeah, and this is something that we haven't had this year. You know, somehow we just lost a second. Now it's 1 second left. That's amazing how that happened. There was 2 seconds when interesting. Well, either way, that's all we needed. That was that 1 second they put back on. We'll take it.
Yeah, as long as you have any time left. 1 second left in the half. This is a 22-yard field goal for Jordan Luna to put the first points of the game. Snap and spot are good. Right-footed kick inside the left upright. It is good. Jordan Luna hits his second field goal of the season, and it comes from 22 yards out. The Dogs will take a 3-0 lead going into the locker room. Boy, what a kick.
Yeah, that was it. You know, we're a little spoiled with the beauty of what Giovanni did for us for 4 years. That may not have been the prettiest thing, but it counts for all the same. So we'll take it, and we're up at halftime. And, you know, that's really all you could ask for in a battle that we knew was going to be 4 quarters. It was going to be every single drive was going to matter. That was a great drive to finish the half.
Well, and obviously with the score being at 3-0, you know, points, any points, are valuable, and that is a big set of points to get. The Bulldogs have a 3-0 lead heading into the locker room, and it's worth noting that Fort Dodge will get the football to start the second half. We'll mention that right away. We'll take a break, come back. Halftime coverage is coming up in just a few minutes from Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge. You are listening to Bulldog Football, up 3-0 here on KLEM.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
Hey sports fans, this is Perry from the Ace Hardware downtown Lamars. Maintain your home and yard with advice and products from Ace. We'll help you get it done more efficiently so you have time to go to the next game. Ace Hardware, Lamars.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always makes your sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamars.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamars Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth on the visitor side of Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge. Alongside Gabe Davis, I'm Daniel Versteg as we bring you halftime here in this Class 4A District 1 football game, battling between two teams trying to solidify spots in the Class 4A playoffs. And the Bulldogs have a 3-0 lead here on KLEM Lamar's, courtesy of a 22-yard field goal right before the halftime break. So the Dogs have the lead. Again, worth noting, Fort Dodge will have the football to start the second half. But before we discuss what we've just witnessed, let's take a look at some of the numbers from this first half of play. We'll first start with Lamar's community. The Bulldogs have a total of 142 yards of offense. That has been split up by 112 yards rushing and a total of 30 yards passing. For Fort Dodge, they have 97 yards of offense. That's 52 passing and 45 yards rushing. Some of the other numbers, the Bulldogs are 3 of 6 on third downs. Dodgers are 3 of 8. But the big thing is they are 0 for 2 on fourth downs. That has killed 2 massive drives. The 2 drives that the Dodgers have had starting in Bulldog territory have all turned the ball over on downs before they could get to the red zone. So a very impressive job by the Bulldog defense. They bent a little bit, but they did not break. Individually, the Bulldogs are led running the football. It's been a great day so far for Andrew Grant. 8 carries for 76 yards today. He has been a machine, and he's been out-dueling Drayshawn Ross, who has just 9 carries on 27 yards rushing. For the rest of the Bulldog offense, you've got Joaquin Hernandez, 8 carries and 22 hard-earned yards here tonight. Jamie Sitzman has run the ball 4 times for 19 yards. It is Jamie Sitzman, 4 of 8 passing for 30 yards. He's hooked up with Isaiah Tolson twice. Tolson had a big first down gain on a 10-yard completion. He's got 11 yards receiving. Tyson Augustine had a 12-yard catch. Tegan Bogue, a 7-yard catch as well. Defensively, the Bulldogs are led by Cougar Sargason. Boy, he's been an outstanding tackling machine. He's got 3 tackles, a couple of them for loss. He had a sack in there. Kent Westhoff, 5 tackles. Tegan Bogue has 5 tackles as well. For Fort Dodge, individually, they're led on the ground by Drayshawn Ross, 9 carries, 27 yards here tonight. Another 8 carries and 25 yards for Will McElroy, and not much doing for their quarterback. He's run the ball 3 times for 3 yards. Through the air, McBride is 3 of 7 passing for a total of 52 yards. 2 catches for 36 yards tonight for Cal Peterson. He had a really big catch in there that ended up going about 35 of those yards, so he's been really big. And then the other leader in the receiving category, well, that has been Tytrell Mosley. He has that 1 catch for 16 yards here tonight, as Fort Dodge has moved the football well at times, and they've been gifted some good field position. But the biggest thing here tonight, Gabe, is when they've gotten down into Bulldog territory near the red zone, boy, the Bulldog defense has stood their ground exceptionally well.
Yes, and we talked about this. We've talked about it all year long, and you're not going to have every night's not going to be a great night. And right. Last week, against a very physical, strong Sergeant Bluff team that just makes it difficult with how they move people, our defense really got pushed around, and they have answered the bell just like they did against Sioux Center, just like they have earlier in the year. And so now it's one of those where we have to finish it. You know that the offense has got some moments out here. I mean, Andrew's been really close to maybe breaking a couple. I think there's some scrambles that are going to be there for Jamie. He's going to put that ball away. He's going to get upfield. So it's nice to see that we've run the ball for over 100 yards already in the first half. That hasn't been our MO.
No.
It's been chuck the ball downfield, get it to Tyson, get it to Tegan, get it to Andrew on a swing. You know, those types of plays have happened, and really pass-wise, that hasn't happened at all. So the Bulldog defense has really set the tone, and you can feel the energy watching the coaches down there. I know them well enough to know that they're excited about it, and the players feel that too. So the good news is you feel that momentum, and now that's where you start in the second half. You get to start with a good long kick. We got to cover it. okay? And that's been an issue for us from time to time. We'll probably pooch it, but I do know that Drayshawn Ross is also on their kick return team.
Right.
We'd rather not get him the ball.
Yes.
So we're going to pooch away from him and then rally on defense and see if we can get one of those short fields and make something happen.
I think the most impressive part from what I've seen from the Bulldog defense here tonight, I say this knowing that football is probably the most team-oriented sports of any of the stick and ball or hoop sports or net sports, whatever you want to call them. You have 11 players on the field, but it's hard to ignore number one. Mm-hmm. Against Spencer earlier this year, he ran the ball 8 times for a total of 224 yards. He's run the ball 9 times tonight, and he only has 10% of that at 27 yards. The Bulldogs have done such a good job of, okay, he is worthy of the respect you need to give him as a runner of the football, but saying, hey, you know, he's a football player like us. We just got to make good plays on him, and they've done that all night.
Yeah, and it's been different guys. It's really started up front. You talked about Kent Westhoff. We've talked about Josh Adall, Chase Hammonds. We've got Jackson Hogue. You know, Hudson's in the mix on that.
Right.
You know, those 5 guys are mixing through that front, and they're doing their job. They're either making a play or occupying stuff so that our linebackers can go, and then we're making Drayshawn go back and forth.
Right.
When he goes downhill, I showed you that run earlier,
yes.
and he literally made a kid look
man.
like he was a 6th grade kid. I mean, it was unbelievable, and he just kind of pushes people off. So if you don't let him get going, that was the plan all week, and that's going to continue to be the plan. Hold him at bay. Now, the scary part is he is one handoff away from taking a lead in this game for his team. You know, he can do that quick. So as good as you feel about it, you got to not pat yourself on the back too much. You got to know we've got to do this for 4 more quarters, or at least 2 more, the next possession.
Yes.
You know, we always say the next thing, coach speak stuff, and the next possession is the most important. Let's see if we can keep him under 30, you know, by that next possession, get the ball back. Now, if you can put some air in there between us and them, then you're in good shape, because I think that'll take one of the big things away from him, and that's just feeding him the ball.
Offensively, it's been tough at times. The Bulldogs have run into a brick wall, or they've been shooting themselves in the foot with penalties or turnovers or things like that. But I gotta again commend the coaching staff, the players, some of the senior leaders. Boy, it has been an impressive showing that they've been able to take the adversity that they've seen, the loss of yardage, the turnovers and things like that, and find a way to get better there late in the game. They started at around their own 27-yard line, marched downfield, didn't get into the end zone, but still found a way to put 3 on the board. And that's got to be huge for them confidence-wise and taking some momentum into the second half.
Yeah, and adversity creates opportunities, you know, and so through those things, they're learning opportunities. We jumped the gun a couple times and kind of shot ourselves in the foot after a good first down. We've had some different plays where we just looked out of kilter. They've been opportunities to learn, and then you start stacking. And you could see that might be some of the most important 3 points of the season right now, because you could see guys that go out there that maybe don't get a ton of time on the varsity field. They're special teams guys. They're sophomores, juniors that maybe don't play a bunch, maybe even some seniors that don't play. When that went through, there was that you could see the excitement on them, and that's a huge, huge possession. Jordan Luna's been standing over here all night long.
Yep.
He doesn't see a whole lot of time besides special teams. We haven't kicked off yet, so he hasn't been kicking off. He hasn't probably done much. That's a big, big kick. And so building that momentum, so you didn't play the greatest first half offensively, but you have opportunities here, and now defense is going to hopefully continue doing what they're doing. Offense starts stacking some plays, and we're in good shape.
It's amazing how much different a game can feel when it's 3-0 versus 0-0. It's only 3 points. But boy, like you said, those 3 points could potentially, hopefully we're not speaking out of turn, but could be the difference between the Bulldogs playing in a couple weeks and sitting on the sideline. So really, really important kick, and it was a 22-yard field goal right at the buzzer there for Jordan Luna to give the Bulldogs a 3-0 lead at the half. Again, worth noting, as Gabe alluded to in our discussion there, the Dodgers will get the football to start the second half. So that first possession, that's the biggest thing you talked about. Obviously, you don't want to let the Dodgers get too much momentum early on. You don't want to let them convert a third down. Ideally, a 3-and-out would be perfect right out of the locker room here.
Yeah, it would be. And I really, really think they tried to find a way to get Ross a big play, or try to get McBride on the edge and give him a run-pass option for a big play. They like chunk plays. We do too.
Yep.
But in a game that both teams like those big, huge plays, when they're not happening, how can you try to create one? Maybe the big play is a 15-yarder tonight.
Yep.
Maybe that's all it's going to be. And so we'll see what they do to kind of counter some stuff. They run some different formations and do some, we'll call it goofy stuff. I mean, it's obviously been successful. They're a 6-1 team, but they line up in some different spots. We'll see what they come up with. You know, as excited as we are to be up 3-0, they held us out of the end zone when we were right there. So their radio guys and their coaches might be going, guys, we basically shut them out besides one drive.
Yep.
We're right there. You know we can do this. So it's how you play it, and both teams are going to have to come out in this last 24.
Well, again, your halftime scores, Lamar's 3, Fort Dodge nothing. Two teams tied for second in the district race. And, boy, this second half will be fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back and have our halftime coverage continue. We're going to try and run down some scores that might be of pertinent information to you from around Plymouth County, Northwest Iowa. We'll try and get some of the scores in Class 4A District 1. We'll get you ready for the second half as well. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. When we return to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge, you're listening to Bulldog Football here on KLEM.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
Willow Lodge Pet Resort wants to wish all of our area athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Whether leaving town for vacation or just need a place for your pet during the workday, see Willow Lodge Pet Resort today on Prospect Street in Lamar's. Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Hubbard's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. So whether it's thatching, fertilizing, or simply maintaining your freshly cut grass, call Hubbard's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated. Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and Club Cars. They've got the ride that fits your wild side. Visit them today on Highway 75 North in Lamar's. Proud sponsor of your local sports action.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Dodger Stadium here in Fort Dodge alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. It is halftime here in Fort Dodge, and the Bulldogs have a very important lead of 3-0 in this Class 4A District 1 football game. The Dodgers will be getting the football to start the second half, though, so that'll be coming up here in just a few minutes. This is the point of the broadcast in which we try and get you some scores that are pertinent to you around Northwest Iowa and Plymouth County. So let's do that now. We're going to first start with some games taking place in Plymouth County, as there are some massive games going on around the area. We'll start at Jim Lorenzen Field in Lamars, where the Bulldogs normally call home. Galen Catholic also calls it home. And right now, the Jays are trailing the number 4 ranked team in the state, Sergeant Bluff Luton. That is just a 21-14 lead at the half for the Falcons. Elsewhere around the area, top-ranked MMCRU looking to polish off a perfect regular season. They're up on Hartley Melvin Sanborn at the half, 40-0. Hinton looking to firmly solidify their playoff spot. Lead Alta really at the half, 34-0. Remsen St. Mary's finishing off their season tonight against North Iowa, and they lead the Bison 22-13. Akron Westfield, this is a win-and-you're-in playoff type game. They trail Logan Magnolia at the half on the road, 10-6. And a big game in Kingsley. It is St. Edmund leading Kingsley Pearson by a score of 15-12. Taking a look now at some scores involving Class 4A District 1 opponents. We will start in Spencer here tonight, where the Spencer Tigers lead Storm Lake 21-0. That game is in the second quarter, and Spencer looks to be the only team that could really potentially move up at all in the 4A district race toward a playoff spot. Sergeant Bluff Luton is firmly handling business against Sioux City. Quarter was the last score that I saw in that contest, so not too surprising there, but the Warriors are now going to be guaranteed, regardless of the outcome of that of this game, will be guaranteed to be the number 1 qualifier out of Class 4A District 1 if they can take care of business up 35-0.
Yeah, if they can hold on for the next 3 quarters to their 35-point lead.
I like their chances. Let's just put it that way. I like their chances. So those are some scores of note. Of course, we'll pass along many more for you on the KLEM Sports Scores and Results page later on tonight. You can check those out tomorrow morning as well. Worth noting, for all of you fans of 2A through 8-player teams, again, the pairings will be released tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, so there's no need to stay up and refreshing the page. I know they used to do that a few years ago. That was always a fun activity to stay up until 2:30, maybe sometimes 3 in the morning, waiting for those matchups. But you can go to sleep. They will release those at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the first round of the playoffs, and the same will be said for Lamar's pairings when those get to that point here in a couple of weeks. Well, let's take a break, come back, and we will get the second half started here in just a moment. Lamar's 3, Fort Dodge 0. You are listening to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM Radio.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC. Tail Trends Dog Grooming supports all of our area high school athletes. At Tail Trends Grooming, your pet is sure to get spa-like treatment, bathing, grooming, and nail trimming available. Contact Tail Trends Dog Grooming today at 546-7318.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamar's.
This is Deji Kabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Fort Dodge at Dodger Stadium alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you as we get ready to start the second half of play. Lamar's leads the number 9 ranked Fort Dodge Dodgers by a score of 3-0 in Class 4A District 1 action. Boy, this low scoring of a contest, this is one of those kind of games in which you would expect the weather to not be as nice or it would play more of a factor, but it's been a beautiful night, and it's just been tough for these two offenses to get going, and we'll see if Fort Dodge can get it rolling right away. We do notice one thing. Big number 1, Drayshawn Ross, is back deep to return as part of the kick return team, and I believe Noah Daniel is the other return man for Fort Dodge.
Huge opening in the middle.
We'll try and kick it to number 3. Here we go. Jordan Luna lines up to boot this one away and sends a high right-footed pooch kick, and it is caught at the 33. Run up the left numbers across the 40 and down to about the 44-yard line. That is where Fort Dodge will start with the football. Looked like it was Jesse Egley on the return for Fort Dodge, and the Dodgers will have it near midfield.
Yeah, and that's why I was a little bit confused because we've been pooch kicking it for about 4 or 5 weeks now. And usually that's where Ross is at in that area. Maybe they don't love him catching the ball.
Sure,
Maybe that's not his MO. But we're going to see right now what he's going to do because they're going to put 3 back there, and we're going to see a dose of it right here.
1st and 10 here for Fort Dodge. Ball's at the 44, and Drayshawn Ross dots that power I formation with Drew McBride going under center. Here is the snap, a pitch play for Ross, left side. He runs toward the line, and he's down at the 46-yard line. Just a modest 2-yard pickup, and it's 2nd and 8.
Yep, and that's you got to attack low. He's going to try to attack that and then try to bounce outside, so we have to make sure we stay contained. You can't be diving in too early because if he gets to that edge, it's going to be an issue.
Again, the score, Lamar's 3, Fort Dodge 0 here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Dodgers have 2nd and 8 from their own 46-yard line. Again, a power I. Drayshawn Ross is the tailback, and McBride takes the snap. He gives to Ross, running off the left side, cuts back over the left seam. He's across midfield, and he's tackled into Bulldog territory. They got him at the 47-yard line. That is going to be a pickup of 7 yards to set up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and that was the first time I've seen Chase Hammonds get pushed backwards tonight, and he ended up catching him about 4 or 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Not exactly what you want to give them 3rd and 1 with a big quarterback and a big running back.
Ross is still in there off the left hip of McBride in the shotgun on 3rd and 1 at the 47. Snap at the give goes to McElroy straight ahead. He's got a first down across the 45. He's still moving across the 40, deep into Bulldog territory at the 33-yard line. 14 yards for McElroy and a Fort Dodge first down.
Again, we said it earlier tonight. When he's in, he usually gets the ball. So when he's not, it is a little bit of a play action no matter what. It throws you off. So it looks like they're just going to attack the middle. At least that's what they're doing right now. That's the adjustment at half.
10:25 to go in the 3rd. Dogs up 3-0 over the Dodgers. And here is 1st and 10 from the 33 of Lamar's. The hand goes to Ross straight ahead, and Ross is tackled down. Nowhere to go. They'll give him a yard to the 32, but that is it. And it's 2nd down and 9.
Yep, and you just have to keep battling. You just have to keep hitting him low, hitting him low, hitting him low. And Ross went to go out, but instead McElroy had to go out because he got a little banged up. So that's the thing. You keep hitting him, it hurts.
Boy, McElroy is limping over there on that far side of the field.
He's got a knee brace on, too.
Yeah, he's certainly not the imposing figure that Drayshawn Ross is, but he runs the football exceptionally well as well this season. 2nd and 9 for the Dodgers at the 32-yard line as McBride looks over to the sideline for the play call. The play clock is down to 6. They motion a receiver all the way to the right side. McBride in the gun with 2. He motions Ross out of the backfield. McBride keeps. Quarterback draw left numbers 30, 25, 20. Runs through a defender. He's into the red zone, and he's tackled down to the 16. They'll give him the 15-yard line. A pickup of 17 for McBride. It's a first down for Fort Dodge.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to throw to him out there. Now, you have to respect it, but you don't have to throw all your attention out there. And if they throw it out to him in space, you hope that by the time he catches it, you can rally to it.
Yeah, that was Ross motioning out of the backfield in that play as well. 1st and 10 of the 15-yard line for Fort Dodge. Ball's on the left hash. They turn left and give to Ross, and he slips down.
Same spot.
He lost a yard. Yeah, that was the same spot of the play. Loss of a yard to the 16 will make it 2nd and 11. There was some extracurriculars after the play. No penalty flag is thrown. 2nd and 11.
McElroy's back in here after going off there. And again, we've talked about the amount of carries that Ross gets per game. I think he comes in with 50 carries on the year, so he only gets a handful of carries a night, and he already has 12, 13 carries on the evening. So that's not what he's used to. Maybe that bodes well for the Dogs.
Yeah, he's well over his average carry amount in a contest. 2nd and 11. McElroy motions out of the backfield. Knee-high snap, and McBride drops back to throw. Passes over the middle. The catch is made. Inside the 5-yard line, Cal Peterson makes the catch. He's dragged down by Carter Melvin at the 2. It's a gain of 14, 1st and goal.
Yep, and they're gonna push this is all they're gonna do. So you just got to pack the middle.
Here they go quickly to the line. 1st and goal at the 2. McBride under center. Quarterback sneak up ahead. I think the Bulldogs got some leverage. They stop him at the 1. Just a yard for
we're
McBride.
gonna see 3 more.
And it's 2nd and goal. And here it is with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs lead Fort Dodge 3-0. Got to find a way to plant your feet on the goal line and not budge. A lot easier said than done. 2nd and goal from the 1. McBride goes under center, and here's the quarterback sneak again. There's some good movement from the Bulldog defense. He's in. The second effort gets him across the goal line for a Fort Dodge touchdown. True McBride on the quarterback sneak. It's his 9th touchdown run of the year, and the Dodgers have their first lead of the night. It is 6-3 with 7:39 in the third.
Yeah, and that's the Bulldogs did a great job of holding as much as they could. They will chuck it around out here in this swinging gate too, so you got to be prepared.
They line up in a swinging gate right away, but they will motion back out of it and line up for a point after try. Bo Marsh is the point after kicker. He is 20 of 21 on the year, so it's almost guaranteed that he will make this point after kick. 7:39 left in the third. Looks like True McBride is his holder as well, the quarterback. Here's a snap. The spot is good. Right-footed kick is straight through the uprights. It is good as well. And your score now with 7:39 to go in the third quarter. It is Fort Dodge 7, Lamar's 3. Bulldogs will have their first crack here in the second half when we come back to Fort Dodge on KLEM.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamar's would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Sioux City Yamaha, Can-Am, and Kawasaki. Your ride starts here. From Yamaha to Can-Am and Kawasaki, they've got the power, performance, and adrenaline you crave. Visit them today on Highway 75 in Sioux City. Proud sponsor of local sports action.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we are back to Fort Dodge alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteeg with you. A Fort Dodge touchdown drive, 9 plays, 56 yards, and ends in a quarterback sneak for 6. And now the Bulldogs return the kick. Here's Isaiah Tolson, right numbers. He's dragged down at about the 30-yard line. Nowhere to go for Tolson, the up back on the return. And the Dogs will start 1st and 10 from their own 30, trailing for the first time tonight with a score of 7-3.
Yep, and now you get an opportunity, just like we always talk about, to answer. And there was adjustments made by Fort Dodge. You saw it. They were going right up the middle. That's what they did. That was the plan the whole time. Now you have to answer. Now what are our adjustments offensively? How are we going to make things different?
1st and 10 here for Lamar's. Ball's at their own 29. Sitzman motions a back out of his pistol formation. He takes a knee-high snap and gives to Andrew Grant. Running up in the middle, and he's ankle tackled there. They got back to the line of scrimmage, but nowhere further for Grant. It's 2nd and 10.
Yep, and they went to that defense where they're all standing up, moving around. They shift back and get to a 3-man front, but they make it look funny, so you just have to fundamentally do your job every single time.
7:15 left in the third. The Bulldogs trail the Dodgers 7-3. Here's Sitzman, 2-by-2 set out of the shotgun. Bell high snap. He throws left numbers and a wide open Andrew Grant 30. He jukes a defender, grabbed at his waist and goes down near the sideline of the 33-yard line. Not a bad completion there for Grant. It goes for 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd down, actually 4, so 3rd and 6.
I don't like that Andrew Grant didn't get up, though.
Oh, he is still down on the play. He got kind of twisted a little bit after the play was over, and then he got hit after it was all done as well. Don't think it was a late hit necessarily, but he is still down on this near side. So it will be 3rd down and 6 for the Dogs after they've attended to Andrew Grant. I know he dealt with some injuries this spring during a track as well, and hopefully you don't have any more of those coming up.
Maybe it's just we can't see it.
Yeah, we can't see
from here,
right
so anything would be speculation. So we're just going to assume it's a cramp of some sort and go from there.
Hopefully. But it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Dogs. This actually ends up, you don't want to lose Andrew Grant. He is starting to limp off the field now that they've got him onto his feet. It does act as a bit of a timeout, though, for the Dogs, so they can regroup ahead of 3rd and 6. But Andrew Grant will go to the bench here on this near side, and he'll be taken a look at by the training staff. So 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Bulldogs. Ball is at their own 33-yard line. And here's Sitzman in the pistol. 2 receivers right, 1 to his left. And he takes a snap, fakes a give to his right. The play got blown up. He runs to his right. He's running for his life. Throws up the right sideline. Isaiah Tolson the catch across midfield, and he's out of bounds in Dodger territory. at the 42-yard line.
That's
25
a dude stepping
yards for Tolson and a first down for the Dogs.
And now you got new guys in there, so I think Jarrett maybe got a little anxious, went to the wrong direction, got a little confused, but now we go.
Boy, what a completion and a first down for the Dogs at the Dodger 42. Here's a handoff. Joaquin Hernandez runs through a defender, right seam to the 38. It's a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Going back to that play, Gabe, Forbes ran left, Sitzman turned right, and he just made literally something out of nothing.
Yep, and that's what you get when you have a veteran quarterback. And hats off to Isaiah Tolson. He hasn't had a ton of reps. He comes in, makes a huge play getting across the field there.
2nd down and 6 from the 38. Sitzman short drop out of the shotgun, rolls left towards Drayshawn Ross. Oh, he did step out of the tackle. Sitzman throws over the middle, caught by Bogue at the 30. Runs up the left seam. He's down to the 25 and still moving to the 24-yard line where he's finally down. 14 yards for Tegan Bogue and another Bulldog first down.
Yeah, Drayshawn just kind of went for the takedown and didn't quite get it, and you got outside, throw it back across your body isn't exactly what you want, but here we go again.
1st and 10 of the 25. Dogs hurry up. 5:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Sitzman, bell high snap, drops back, single coverage. Tyson Augustine left sideline. It is in and out of his hands and incomplete.
Make a play.
Tyson Augustine in single coverage with Drew Mason. Couldn't bring it in the back of the end zone. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that was good defense. And if he hits him before he touches it, but once he touched it, you got to make that play and you know what, go back to him. Don't be afraid to go back to Tyson here.
Well, and that's a great time to take a shot. First down, you just had some momentum. You got single coverage on your best receiver. I love the play call.
Yep, absolutely.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Dogs. Tolson checks out, and he checks out to high fives and hugs and all that kind of stuff. Andrew Grant is starting to jog a little bit on this near sideline, which could potentially be some good news. 5:35 left to go in the 3rd. Dodgers up 7-3, and here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Sitzman motions Deji Kabongo into the backfield. He keeps around the left side. Sitzman cuts it back up the left seam to the 20. Jukes it back toward the left numbers of the 29 or the 19, and he's down right at the 19. Gain of 6. It's 3rd and 4.
If he just keeps going, and again, this is a guy that's never carried the ball in his life, from a long ways away saying what needs to be done. But it looked like he had, if he just kept on going, everybody wants to try to bounce it out to outside, but you're at 3rd and 5. You're in a good spot here.
Yeah, 3rd and a long 4 or a short 5, however you want to visualize it, whether you're a glass half empty or glass half full kind of person. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd, 7-3 Fort Dodge. And the Bulldogs take a long time looking over to the sideline. The play clock is down under 10, 8 seconds left. And here is 3rd down and 5. Sitzman in the pistol, 2 receivers right, 1 left. He gets the snap with 3, drops back to pass. He runs to his right. He's trying to run away from Drayshawn Ross. Jump throw right sideline toward the end zone. The ball is intercepted.
Can't do that.
2 yards deep in the end zone. Tegan Bogue was the intended target. It is an interception in the end zone. I think it was Feely. It is Tavon Feely, his 2nd interception of the night, and the Dodgers will take over at the 20.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because you sit here and I'm sitting there going, can't do that, and people are probably going, how can you make that throw? Well, guess what? He just made 3 amazing throws and tough plays to get us out of stuff. And unfortunately, that one was just a little bit shorter. If it just has 2 more yards on it, Tegan can go up and maybe rip that out or at least knock it down. So now you have to respond, but you have opportunities. They're excited. Look at them celebrate over there. That's what I'm telling my sideline guys. Let's go. Let's get after this.
A quick 3 and out would be nice. Of course, no points would be the best outcome. Here's McBride in the shotgun. He turns left and gives to McElroy. Running off the left numbers, 25 toward the 30, and he's run out of bounds. There's a penalty flag after all of that.
Hold.
I think it will be a hold. That's going to be a gain of about 7, but they won't get the result of those 7 yards.
I hope.
Hopefully. We'll await the call from Ryan Freeze.
Yeah.
And it is a hold, yep. So this will be backed up from the spot of the foul, which was downfield, 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. So they'll go 10 yards back from that, setting up 1st and 15.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look. I think Andrew's back out there. Yes, he is. So that's a good sign.
News, yep.
You know, and Jarrett did a good job while he was in there, filling in those spots offensively, and he jumped right in, and we had a great drive. So getting more guys opportunities.
4:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Fort Dodge 7, Lamar's 3. It could be one of those scenarios where the winner makes the playoffs, the loser does not, but we'll have to wait and see. 1st and 15 from the 15. Snap to McBride. He turns left. McElroy runs off the left side, gets hit at the line of scrimmage. He stood up at the 17-yard line. It was Ephraim Kabongo, it looked like, there at the 17, the 18. They'll give him 3 yards, and it's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Ephraim and Deji have become hitters. They come up and hit, and it's great to see because, you know, they're playing – especially Ephraim. He's a little bit undersized for that position, but he does a great job coming up and being physical. He's not scared of much.
I'm obviously not a coach and don't evaluate players, but I feel like Ephraim's had a great night tonight.
Absolutely.
He's been all over the ball carrier and making some great plays. Here's 2nd down and 12 from the 18. It is McBride of the pistol
counter.
And a counter around the right side. This is McElroy up the left seam, and he's dragged down
face
to the
mask.
22. Another penalty
that's
flag
a face
comes
mask.
in. Yeah, that's
their coaches were freaking out.
That's going to be coming back.
It was a face mask.
5 yards on the run, but
5-yard penalty though. Oh, the big one.
Yeah, it is a personal foul face mask. And so 15 yards from the 22 on that 4-yard carry. It's going to be a 1st down for Fort Dodge. They'll get all the way up to the 37.
Yeah, unfortunately, that just means you're playing too high. I mean, if you're grabbing it whatever you can, but if you're grabbing it at that spot, it's just too high. So Bulldogs are going to have to answer here. You know, we're going to have a few more possessions, but the way it's going, they're going to start to be limited.
Yeah, these possessions are already limited. The first quarter, these two teams played to 7 possessions, 6.5 roughly. This is just the 3rd possession of the 3rd quarter, and there's 3:42 left to go in it. Here's 1st and 10 from the 38 of Fort Dodge. McBride drops back to pass. He rifles over the left hash. It's caught at the 47, and a nice hit made in the open field by Carter Melvin. Like it was Cal Peterson on the reception. A 9-yard pickup at 2nd and 1.
Yeah, if he has time to throw, he's going to find someone, so we have to find a way to get pressure. Unfortunately, we don't want to bring a bunch of backers because that's just going to open stuff up if we don't get there. So now you get Ross on 2nd and 1.
So it is 2nd down and 1 from the 47. Pitch play left. There's Ross. Straight ahead. He's broken free across the 45, and maybe a touchdown saving tackle made by Tegan Bogue across the 40.
Andrew's down again.
To the Bulldog 36, and Grant's down once again. That will be a pickup of 17, but we'll hold play as the Dodgers get a 1st down. Yeah, so he is down once again. What a tackle.
He's walking off now, but
by Bogue downfield. And Grant is wondering if he has to come out of the game. That's how much of a competitor he is, and he is going to have to come out of the game because they blew the whistle for him. It's good to get him off the field even for just a moment if you have to. But you just love the heart from Andrew Grant. He knows how important this game is to Lamar's season and really wants to be an X factor in it as he has been all season. So Ross breaks off his biggest run of the night. It went for 17 yards. 1st down for the Dodgers at the Bulldog 36-yard line. They go back to that power I again. McBride under center, tosses it left. There's Ross running behind blockers, hit at the 35. He's grabbed at his jersey, spins out of it, 31.
Can't do that. You have to take him at the
tackled around
legs.
the 30-yard line. Gain of 6 for Ross. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, and he was there for nothing. You know, they had him at nothing, but he's just so big and strong. And you have to rally to it. You have to stay in front, and you have to take him low.
Yeah, 235 pounds and 6'5". You're not tackling him by his jersey, and unfortunately,
he is tired though.
He is. Yeah, he's doubled over and trying to catch his breath. 2nd down and 3 for Fort Dodge. Ball's at the 29-yard line with 2:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Snap to McBride. He gives to Ross straight ahead. He's got a 1st down, and he's brought down low at the 24-yard line. A pickup of 5 for Ross. Moves the chains for the Dodgers.
Yeah, and the thing I don't like is they're pushing on us a little bit, and we got guys looking around at officials hoping to get calls, and that's just not going to be good enough in a big game. You have to be more physical back, and you have to make sure you fight as hard as you can to get off those blocks.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Still 7-3 in favor of Fort Dodge in this big playoff implication matchup in Class 4A District 1. Out of the pistol is McBride on 1st and 10 from the 24. Motions a receiver left to right, and he gives up the middle. McElroy's drilled for a loss. It's Chase Hammonds who shot through freely. It's a loss of a yard to the 25, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and that was a situation where they pulled, and he was right behind the puller, and it worked out perfect. McElroy's he's gonna hobble out. Ross is going to hobble on. He's tired. I mean, it's just a battle right now, and it's who's going to answer the bell. the last time, basically.
Yeah, boy, and you feel like a 2-possession lead if the Dodgers get it with a touchdown here. Boy, that could be monumental. 2nd down and 11 here for Fort Dodge at the 25. I formation have toss play left.
You
Ross
can't
gets
dive.
off the corner 20, and he's out of bounds inside the 20. They'll spot him down at about the 16. They'll give him the 15-yard line. 10 yards on that run for Ross. It's 3rd down and 1.
You can't dive to the inside of his legs. You have to dive. If you're going to dive, you have to keep him contained and dive to the outside to force him back in. He's just too good, and he's going to keep sliding out, and now you're at a 3rd and 1, and that's going to make it really, really tough at this position.
Yeah, they're good at short yardage gains. We've already seen that a few times here tonight. Of course, their touchdown was on a quarterback sneak. Minute 1 second to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's 3rd and 1 from the 15. They'll give it to Ross, a straight-ahead dive up the middle, and he's got a 1st down. Stood up in that pile. They rule him down to forward progress. I'll say at about the 12-yard line. That is a gain of 3 for Ross and a 1st down for the Dodgers.
McElroy back on. He's going to come on there, and then Ross is going to head off. And they just have a 2-headed monster that's running really hard, and their guys are kind of taking it to us up front. We have to be able to answer the bell, and we really, really, really need a turnover right here somehow.
Drayshawn Ross coming into tonight had run the ball 50 times all season. He's run it 18 times tonight alone, nearly 40% of that single season total. 30 seconds left to go in the 3rd, and it is 1st and 10 for the Dodgers at the 13. McBride in the gun, 2 receivers, right, tight end, right. He turns, gives to McElroy, bouncing off tackle left side. There's defenders there. D from Kabongo and Carter Melvin. Stops for no gain to the 13-yard line, maybe a loss as well. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That'll be the end of the quarter.
Yes, it will. Yeah, that's going to take us to the 4th quarter unless the Dodgers really want to run a play, which I don't get the vibe that they do. So 3 quarters are complete. Fort Dodge leads Lamar's 7-3 in this district football game in Class 4A District 1. A massive 4th quarter is coming up when you return to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge with us. You are listening to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM.
Get the winning team on your side with experts at Exit Realty Midwest Lamar's. Misty Zeck, Dave Close, Austin Sitzman, Abby Phillips, Jody Adler, Alec Ryken, and Clark Goodchild are ready to help you call the plays when it comes to buying or selling your home. Learn more at ExitRealtyMidwest.com.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out 4-wheeling. I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar.
Quality Lube of Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure that they can keep you on the road when you need to be. From diagnostic repair to routine oil changes, Quality Lube can do it all.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Dodger Stadium as we start the 4th quarter. I'm Daniel Versteg, joined by Gabe Davis here on KLEM Lamar. As you can also watch this game on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel with our great sponsors in the corner of your screen if you're watching. 2nd down and 10 for the Dodgers. Ball's at the 13 of Lamar's, leading 7-3. Out of the I formation, McBride drops to pass, pump fakes, rolls to his right. Nobody's in the end zone that way. There's a penalty flag thrown as McBride just chucks it up the right sideline and incomplete.
There was a high-low. They chopped.
Yeah, Sargason's very slow to get up after the play. This will be a penalty against the Dodgers regardless. And our officials will talk it over. Oh, it's a blindside block.
So do you want to give them 15?
It's a 15-yard penalty. Yeah, you take the
yardage.
Yeah,
you got to take the 15.
Because you got to get them out of field goal range, too, even if that means they get the down back. So 15 yards back to the 28. That's going to make it 2nd and 25 here for Fort Dodge.
That's a wild position for a blindside block because it was right in the middle of everything.
Right.
You know, it was just weird that but he had so much time that's just how it worked out. Now the Bulldogs have to, you do have another down in defense, but they're just, I'm surprised they didn't just keep coming out and running it because they've been so successful.
Especially out of the quarter break. You had a minute
you had a little bit of a break.
Catch your breath, but here we go. It's 2nd and 25 from the Bulldog 28. McBride in the gun, 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers left. He turns left, gives to McElroy, straight ahead. There's nowhere to go. There's Cougar Sargason after getting penalized on the last play. He makes the stop for a gain of a yard, maybe. No gain on the play. 3rd and 25.
All right, now you need at least 1 more and maybe 2 more. This would be a huge stop for the Bulldogs if somehow we can pull this one off.
Boy, the last 4 runs for McElroy, by the way, have gone for a total of 2 yards lost. He's been unable to run the football as of late. Early in the 4th quarter, 7-3. Fort Dodge leads Lamar's.
And Roscoe's he's tired.
He's very tired.
He's tired, and I don't blame him.
He's getting beat up tonight.
He's tired.
3rd and 25, and the Dodgers have it at the Bulldog 28. Out of the shotgun, McBride drops back to pass. 4-man rush, stands tall in the pocket, airs it out toward the end zone. Diving play, it's incomplete. Just a little out in front of Cal Peterson, and it's 4th down and 25 for Fort Dodge.
What do? They punt this, right?
Now, do you punt it? I mean, they're going to bring their kicker is their punter. So, no, you're good. We don't have any gauge. Yeah, this is going to be a punt. They're lining up. They're going to line up to punt this one. So they're going to try and play the field position game and try and push the Dogs back inside the 5-yard line. Boy, this is risky. You might only get 7 yards if this goes out of the end zone. Marsh lined up to punt. He got it away, and I think he might have put too much on it. This bounce inside the 10, rolls up the left sideline, get to the pylon. He hit the pylon. When downing the ball at the 1, they're going to spot him at the 1-yard line.
He hit the pylon.
Boy, he hit that pylon on the inside. He's got to be in the end zone for a touchback.
You would think.
But they spot him at the 1-yard line. He dove to touch the ball down, and in diving, he hit the side of the pylon.
What a punt, but here's the thing. The defense got what they needed to. The coaches are they're trying to say he hit the pylon too.
Yeah, wow.
Inside the 1, you're gonna have to push this thing out of here. Again, if you have an opportunity to take a shot to Tyson or something like that, ooh.
1st and 10 here at the 1-yard line. Dogs down 7-3, 10:47 left to go in the ball game. Sitzman lines up in the pistol. 2 men in the backfield. Quick drop. He airs it out. Deep right sideline. Augustine runs for it, and he couldn't get to it. That pass is thrown incomplete. The coverage man downfield was Reggie Peterson, and it's 2nd down and 10.
That's good, and they were over top, but I don't mind that at all. I like the shot there. They just were so far off. Maybe a hitch, but hindsight being 20/20 when they're that far off, but you have to try to loosen them up somehow because they're bringing some pressure.
Well, they're going to be looking to stop the run, obviously, with you backed up into your own end zone. 2nd down and 10 here for the Dogs from their own 1-yard line. 99 yards of real estate they have to try and purchase here to try and give themselves a chance to take the lead.
Be a fun story, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be a wonderful ending. Here is Sitzman under center, and the Dogs moved. You don't lose a whole lot.
You don't lose anything. No. That's a great risk reward when it really comes down to it. You don't want to do it down here where you're going to lose 5 and only gain 1, but when you lose, what'd you lose?
A foot?
A half a foot?
Half a foot, maybe.
I mean, it's worth a try. If they jump, you gain 5. That's a risk-reward positive there. Nothing hurt there.
Yep, so just a foot penalty puts the Dogs really at the 1 foot line. I mean, I don't know how this ball can get any closer to their own goal line. 2nd down and 10. Of course, we don't want to find out either.
No.
Sitzman under center, and he takes the snap. He gives around the right side. I think that's Hernandez in that pile, and he does fall forward. Up to the 4. Oh, what a spot to the 6-yard line. 5 yards there. Actually, might have been Christopher Sanchez on that run. 5 yards makes it 3rd and 5.
All right, so you do have a little bit of space here, 3rd and 5. You still need to be it's a mix. It's a mix.
10:18 to go in the ball game. The Bulldogs trail Fort Dodge 7-3. Winner in all likelihood gets into the gets into the Class 4A playoffs. A loss doesn't guarantee that you're out, but it just makes your path that much tougher in Week 9. Here's 3rd down and 5 for the Dogs from the 6. Motioning Grant. They try to give it to him. Fake it. Sitzman rolls to his right. Throws up the right sideline. Has Augustine over the shoulder catch. He couldn't bring it in. Over the 30-yard line. Along the right numbers. He got 2 hands on the football and couldn't quite bring it in. So it'll be 4th and 5. And now Augustine has to go back to punt it.
Bummer. That's one he's caught and scored on many times, and those are just the opportunities you get and you have to take advantage of. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. He had an opportunity there, but now the defense is going to have another one, and this is where you have to answer the bell. This has been a great game, and we're not done yet.
9:53 to go in the game. Dodgers lead 7-3, and Augustine gets a right-footed sideways end-over-end kick, and back to the 45-yard line. Falling down at the 48 is Cal Peterson. The punt returner slipped and fell at the Dog 48-yard line, so he does not get a return, and that punt goes 42 yards, and it gains 42 yards for the Dogs. Fort Dodge will start at the Bulldog 48.
What a punt.
Yeah, what a punt.
I mean, maybe there's a little anger that he didn't catch the ball, so he really swung that leg, but you got a little bit out of trouble. Now you answer the bell defensively as best you can, and just keep hanging in there, fellas. Keep taking punches, and you're going to get one.
9:44 left to go in this game. Fort Dodge 7, Lamar's 3. A loss for one of these two teams means they have to rely on the RPI to get one of those 4 at-large berths into the Class 4A playoffs. A win, and you just about firmly solidify the second spot. 1st and 10 of the 48 of Lamar's. Here's McBride in the pistol. He turns right, gives to McElroy, running off the left side, and a nice tackle in the open field. It was Ephraim Kabongo, the initial hit, finished by a few more Bulldogs at the 46, picks up 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and Andrew was free sailing there, but he just can't cut. You can tell he's a little bit banged up right here, but a big keep him back here at 2nd and 8 and keep Ross on that sideline.
2nd down and 8 for the 46-yard line. 2 receivers either side of McBride in the shotgun. Bell high snap. He immediately speeds to his right, throws back over the left side. Oh, it's deflected by Josh Adall and incomplete. He nearly brought that in with one hand, but it falls, and it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Dogs.
Oh, if big Josh Adall could have been rumbling, stumbling, bumbling down the side, that'd have been fun. And you know what? If he doesn't get it, I'm not sure that Andrew Grant doesn't get it if he doesn't hit it. So you're right there. These plays, you're right there. One's going to happen your way, fellas. Keep it up. Let's go.
9:08 to go in the ball game. 7-3. Fort Dodge leads, and it's 3rd down and 8 for the Dodgers. Ball at the Bulldog 46. Power eye. Drayshawn Ross is the tailback. McBride under center. Takes a snap. Pitches to Ross. Straight ahead. He's tackled from behind. I think it was Jackson Hogue who dragged him down to the 42. That's a gain of 4. Going to be 4th down, and we'll say 4 to go.
Keep battling, fellas. Keep battling. Take the punches. You're right there. One of these are going to go your way. You've answered it every time. What a game.
What a game. Yeah, this is these two teams were tied for 2nd in the district, and well, they have certainly proven that they are very evenly matched with each other. On 4th and 8, the Dodgers bring the punt team out, and Ross is being looked at over there on that far side. They're stretching him out. So here's Tegan Bogue back at his own 15 to return this one. And Marsh takes the snap. He gets the punt away, right-footed. Knuckleball spiral, fielded at the 18 by Bogue. Breaks the tackle, right number's 23. And Bogue is out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So that punt only nets the Dodgers 19 yards, and the Dogs will have it at the 23-yard line. Ross does come back onto the field, so it was a very quick stretch, but he is back out there to play defensive end. And the Dogs have it all 3 timeouts, down 7-3.
And he is an elite athlete. Don't take anything I say, but he is tired.
Yes.
He's carried the ball 20 times tonight, which he only carries about 8 or 10. And he's played a lot of defense, obviously.
1st and 10. Sitzman motions Grant out of the backfield. Screen pass left. Caught by Grant. He takes it toward the left numbers. 25 to the 30. Gets a block downfield. He spins out of a tackle and goes out of bounds. Across the 35. He's out there. It's a pickup of 12 and a 1st down for the Dogs.
You know what? He's a pretty darn good athlete, too, in his own right, that Andrew Grant. I mean, he is gutting it out. He doesn't have that explosiveness that he normally has after a couple dings on the ankle, but he's rolling.
1st and 10 for Lamar's at their own 35. Grant motions out of the backfield. 2 receivers either side of Sitzman of the shotgun. He turns left and gives. The run is for Hernandez, and he had nowhere to go. He's brought down for a gain of a yard to the 36, but that's it. It's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys grabbing toes and trying to loosen up on both sides. It's just been a battle, and with 7.5 minutes left, it could go either way.
7:45 to play. 7-3, Fort Dodge leads. Their touchdown on the first play of the second half has been the difference. The last 3 drives have ended in punts. 2nd and 9 from the 36. Grant motions out of there again. Sitzman screen right. Catch made. Right numbers toward the 40, and he's tackled in the ankles. Oh, he lost the football.
He was down. They're going to call
They are going to say Fort Dodge football at the 36-yard line. The fumble forced. I think it was Feely who forced it. Sam Mosier recovered, and Grant is down. I saw that coming. He got hurt on the tackle, and by that point he couldn't hang on to the football. And Fort Dodge takes over on a costly fumble. And now the attention is on whether or not Andrew Grant is able to be taken off of this field.
It's that same ankle,
yeah,
it looks like.
It is.
And, you know, he's such a competitor, and at some point you may have to say, this week we're done for this week, and hope that we can pull this one out without him and then do some things down the road so we can maybe play in the next couple weeks. But might have to take his helmet from him tonight.
Yeah, he is. That limp is getting worse every time they take him off the field, and I'm sure he is frustrated. I'm sure he's disappointed. But yeah, at a certain point, you gotta.
And it's hard because he's a senior. He's a competitor.
He wants to win
be
this
out
game.
there.
Yeah.
And his guys want to be out, and want him out there. His coaches want him out there. And Jamie Sitzman's the first guy to go over there and pat him on the head and say, "We got you. Keep it up. You're good."
Well, the Bulldog defense needs to make another stand. 1st and 10 for the Dodgers at the 35 of Lamar's. McBride in the gun. 2 receivers left. The 2 tight ends right. Shift to the left side of the formation. And here's McBride in the shotgun. He gives left. There's McElroy running left. He is dragged out of bounds from behind by Tyson Augustine. Good pursuit. It's no gain on the play. We'll set up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and a great job just doing what you have to do and forcing them. And if anytime you can get them out of bounds, I know the clock's going to continue to run until a certain time, but keep pushing them out of bounds, keep keeping them out of bounds as much as you can.
Worth noting that neither the Bulldogs or the Dodgers have used a timeout yet, so we have all timeouts in play with 7 minutes to go in this football game. Again, 7-3, Fort Dodge leads Lamar's, and it's 2nd down and a long 9 for the Dodgers. McBride in the gun. He immediately runs to his right. He's looking to throw deep downfield. He's got Jorgensen, his tight end, deep downfield. Now throws up the right sideline. Oh, a diving play by Forbes. And he's incomplete. He was out of bounds. A diving play on that right sideline. Hold on. I thought I saw an incomplete signal.
Well, they're way up there. Okay.
Yeah, that is going to be an incomplete. Okay, Forbes, a great diving effort. He did bring it in, but he was out of bounds. But that's okay. It's still 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, I didn't see the signal that you saw, and I was looking around for it. But what a play and what an effort. And, you know, that's probably one where if we're at a bigger level, we're going to review and just check that one out. But unfortunately, at the high school level, that's not going to happen. So you're going to need to make another play, force another punt.
3rd down and a long 9 for the Dodgers. Ross and McElroy in the backfield. Dodgers had only 10 players.
You can't tell me he's knows.
And now a penalty flag is thrown.
Delay
a game. The Dodgers had 10 players out on the field and take a delay of game. So it'll be 3rd down and a long 14 to go.
Yep, and they can do it. You know that they're capable of it. They've done it on run. They've done it on a pass, but it's not really what they want to do right now.
3rd down, and we'll say 14 to go. 6:38 to play in this game. Dodgers lead at 7-3, and a big matchup to determine some postseason hopes. 3rd and 14, and here is McBride. 2 men in the backfield, 1 on either hip. McBride takes the snap, turns right. There's Ross running off the right edge. He carries in between the hashes. Left seam, 30, 25, 20. Oh, there's a penalty flag as Ross runs into the end zone for a touchdown. But there is a penalty flag back behind the play, and that message just got to Drayshawn Ross, who was nearly about to celebrate. And this one's coming back.
And now they need to tell Tyson Augustine to keep on battling, fella, because you got another life here.
Oh, man, a costly holding
Somebody
penalty.
doesn't have a shoe. Is that Ross? Ross run out of his shoe?
He ran out of his shoe. He is, yeah, I think that's his shoe. Wow.
That's crazy.
What a game. What a football
This
game.
is awesome. I mean, I hope we come out on top of this, but what a game.
This will be and end up losing 9 from the original spot of the ball, but it's a much more costly penalty than that when you consider the outcome of the play. It's going to be 3rd and 23 here for Fort Dodge.
This is where you watch that screen. This is where maybe Josh Adall, maybe we can get good field position on some sort of quick pick here.
Yep.
But You know that they're going to have to get rid of it, and I don't think Ross is getting it here. And if he does, I don't know that he's going to be able to take off like he just did.
Boy,
he's a battler, though.
I think he used a lot of his energy there. 3rd and 23 for the Bulldog 48. Here's McBride in the gun, back on either hip. Takes the snap. It does go to Ross. He carries up the middle, tries to work his way right, hurdles a defender. He's down at the 45-yard line. Just a pickup of 3. It'll be 4th down and 20, and here comes the punt team again.
Yeah, that was as safe as you could do. You're going to hand it off to the really big guy that's a super athlete that I'm assuming isn't going to fumble the ball. And,
right.
You know, they've been solid here. The snaps have been good. It'd be great to see one go over, but it just probably you're going to have to go 80 yards in order to go win this game.
He's run the ball 20 times now. Again, he came into tonight running it 50 times all season, 5-0. He's run it 40% of that here this evening. Punt play upcoming for Bo Marsh, and back at his own 15 is Tegan Bogue. Dogs down 7-3, 5:45 to go. They're taking the time down, and here's a snap to Marsh. He gets away a kick, a right-footed spiral that sails back to the 10, and Bogue signals fair catch, makes the fair catch, and they will say the Dogs will start with this drive at their own 9, maybe the 10-yard line. Another long field ahead of the Bulldogs.
90 for the win. Let's go do this, boys.
Again, worth noting, Lamar's has all 3 timeouts, 5:36 left to play. And the Dogs will have it from their own 10-yard line.
And they're
down
going to do this
7-3.
Without Andrew. He hasn't moved. He hasn't taken the helmet off over here. So it's going to be without Andrew Grant, which you have guys.
Yep,
that's why you
do.
practice. That's why you work.
The Bulldogs certainly have depth. Oh, here's the formation potentially for the reverse. Sitzman under center, takes the snap. He bobbled, drops back to pass, runs to his left in the end zone, throws it up the left numbers, and he underthrew Joaquin Hernandez, just trying to get it away. It's an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
They were all over Tyson Augustine there. We tried to run that formation and make a little bit something happen. Maybe they'd bite on it. I think having Andrew not in there also hurts that because we've run it with him so many times.
Right.
But plenty of time, 3 timeouts. If you can get some yards and then punt, that's fine. But you'd like to keep it for 5.5 minutes and score with about 5 seconds left.
2nd down and 10 here for Lamar's. Ball's at their own 10-yard line. Sitzman, the belt high snap, quick drop. He runs to his left, being chased toward the sideline, and he is toward the left numbers 5, and he's sacked down.
Jamie.
A big loss back at the 5-yard line. That's a loss of 5. The clock runs with 5:17 to go.
They're
It'll be
stopping the clock for something.
I'm going to say 3rd and 14. Sitzman was a little slow to get up on the play.
They got a penalty on us maybe.
Yeah, Nick Mosier, the Fort Dodge head coach, is all the way out to talk with our referee. And there is a hold. And, of course, they're going to decline that, take the result of the play, which was a sack for a loss of 4. And so it'll be 3rd down and 14 for the Bulldogs.
And the interesting part about that is that then that'll keep that clock going. Jamie's trying to make plays, but you have to throw that away quick. You can't take a sack in bounds because even though there's 5 minutes left, you don't want to burn any more time than you already have.
Here we go, 3rd and 14 from the 6. 5 minutes to go in this game. Dogs down 7-3. Sitzman in the gun. 2 receivers either side. Knee-high snap, drops back into the end zone. Pressure's there. He's sacked. The ball popped out.
Was down.
They're going to say he's down, and it's a safety. Fort Dodge will lead 9-3 with 4:50 left to play. It is a sack for a safety. They brought pressure off that right edge, and the Dodgers take a 6-point lead. They will also get the football coming up in just a moment. We'll take a timeout because we haven't had one in a while. We'll be back to see the Bulldogs free kick it away to Fort Dodge in just a moment here on KLEM.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Game on, Lamar's. Looking for a winning team for your finances? Join Cent Credit Union. As a member-owned cooperative, Cent is all about you, your goals, your community. Let's score big together. Visit centcu.org today, where your success is our play.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
Well, we are back to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge with Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteeg with you, and we thank you for tuning in, whether you're listening on air, online, or you're watching on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Our broadcast there is brought to you by Northwest Bank, Easy Clean Car Wash, Peace Pizza House, and Julie Hurt at Century 21 Pro Link. The Bulldogs give up a safety with Jamie Sitzman sacked in the end zone, 4:45 to play, and so the Dodger lead increases to 9-3. Again, a win for either side. It virtually solidifies that second spot in Class 4A District 1 to qualify for the playoffs. The loser will have to wait and see how the RPI rankings shift for them to potentially stay alive for a playoff berth. So the Bulldogs will have this free kick after the safety from their own 20-yard line. The Dodgers line up back to their own 30 to return the kick. And here's a right-footed line drive, end-over-end pooch kick, bounces inside the 50, picked up by McElroy at the 43. He's running all the way toward that right seam. He gets across midfield. He's into Bulldog territory at the 46-yard line. Boy, it feels like this ball has been on this end of the field the entire second half, and the Dodgers will start in Bulldog territory once again. They'll say officially at the 45.
Yeah, unfortunately it has. I don't know that have we crossed it in the second half?
Not in the fourth quarter, and once.
Oh, yeah, when we got down there, we threw the pick.
It threw the interception, yep. That's the only time they've been in enemy territory.
Yep, got to stay dialed in. You still have your 3 timeouts. You're still a touchdown and an extra point away from winning this game, so you have to keep believing that if you make one big play.
And you got 3 timeouts.
You got them all.
1st and 10 here for the Dodgers at the 45. Here's McBride in the pistol. He turns left, and he gives to McElroy, running through a defender 42, and Augustine stands his ground at the 41-yard line. Brings him down, pick up a 4. It's 2nd and 6.
But you have to make tackles, and you got to give up as few yards as possible. And Ross is going to come in here, and he's going to keep trying to battle. And between him and McElroy, they're just workhorses. Then there's nothing fancy. They kind of just went away from anything fancy, and they're just running it up the middle. It's just a pitch back and a straight forward.
They've combined for 37, unofficially, for 37 touches and 130 yards for those two. The numbers are not flashy, and what they're doing is not flashy, but it's effective.
Getting the job done.
Yeah. 2nd down and 6 for the Dodgers. Ball at the Bulldog 41. Clock ticks under 4 minutes to go. Here's McBride, 2 receivers right, tight end right, claps his hands, belt high snap. He turns right, gives to Ross, running off the left side. He's grabbed by Sargason and Westhoff and goes down amongst a massive humanity at the 39-yard line, gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4.
7 Bulldogs. That's what it was. It was 7 Bulldogs there, and that's what it has to be the rest of tonight. It has to be 7 Bulldogs meet at the ball, no matter who has it, whether it's McBride, Ross, or McElroy. One of those 3 are going to have it every single time.
And come as you are, right?
Yep.
So
show up with ripping intensities, trying to rip that ball out, because now you only have 3 minutes.
Right.
First down really, really staggers it here.
Yeah, giving up a first down would be critical, and the Dogs really have to stand their ground. 3rd and 4 from the 39. Power I. McBride under center. Receiver left. Takes the snap. Pitches right. That's Ross off the right side. Turns up the seam. He's got a first down across the 35 to the 33. Gains 6. First down for Fort Dodge.
I'm sorry about that.
First down for the Dodgers. And they will get to the 33. Again, the Dogs do still have 3 timeouts with 2:50 left to go. 9-3, Fort Dodge leads. And so the Dodgers could, again, just take this game clock all the way down. And they are really in no hurry to run a play. I think the Dogs will have to call timeouts here after the next play. So here we go. It is first down and 10 from the 33 of Lamar's. Power I once again. McBride under center. He takes a snap, gives left. That's McElroy running up the middle. And he's brought down to the 31-yard line, a gain of 2. And Ken Vigdahl uses his first of 3 timeouts. Timeout on the field, and it comes with 2:18 left to go in this ball game. The Bulldogs trail the Dodgers 9-3. We'll take a timeout. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment on KLEM.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's. Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we're back to Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge with Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. The Dogs take the first of their 3 timeouts here at the 31-yard line of Lamar's. The Dodgers have second down at 8. 2:18 to go in this ballgame. And now in the power I formation, True McBride under center, receiver either side, takes a snap, gives to Ross, left side, running up the left hash across the 30, still on his feet. He is ripped out of a jersey across the 25, and he's down at the 24-yard line. 7 yards will make it 3rd and 1. And the Dogs, now did they use? No, they did not use a timeout yet. I think Coach Vigdahl.
You have to. You're going to have to get a stop here at 1 yard, otherwise it's not going to matter. And I think that's kind of what if they could have kept him at 3 yards instead of 6, and we had guys hanging on to him, and nobody came to the party. I don't know if it was Tyson or Chase, but there just wasn't anything happening. So trying to, 3rd and inches is exactly what they want. This is going to be a huge hill to climb right here.
3rd down and less than a yard from the 34-yard or 24-yard line. First down wins it. McBride pitches right. There's Ross off the right side. He's strung out around the right numbers. He's got a first down into the red zone at the 15-yard line. Brought down from behind by Deji Kabongo at the 14. That'll be a gain of 10. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Dodgers. The Dogs have 2 timeouts yet, but it's not going to be enough to be able to get the ball back.
No, I think that's going to be all she wrote. And these guys might not down it because they're known for that. So you got to make sure that you do your best to try to hold on to what you need to. Most teams would, but we'll see what they end up choosing to do.
We do get a whistle and a timeout, I think. Did Lamar's call the timeout or Fort Dodge call the timeout? I don't know why Fort Dodge would call the timeout. We'll see what the referee has to say here. It is a timeout for the Bulldogs. Yeah, okay, so it is their second timeout. And they're going to put 5 more seconds on the game clock, so the Dodgers will have 1:18 left to go in this football game. I guess, at this point, calling timeouts, just you hope it gives you enough chances to maybe punch at the football, strip at it, do something to get a turnover at this point, because 4 downs, you don't have time for that at this point.
No, you have to try to do your best to get that ball out, but I would be shocked if, in all honesty, they don't really need to do anything other than, they just got a first down, so they can literally just take it with McBride.
Yep.
If they hand off to Ross, who isn't going to fumble, it's you're giving an opportunity. I would say you go in victory and you kneel down is the smart move.
And it looks like that's what they're doing. They do line up in that formation now. As Ross is not on the field, and McBride lines up in the victory formation. He will kneel it down. Out of the shotgun snap, he takes some time off and then kneels it down at the 20-yard line. So they'll lose 6 on the play. And Coach Vigdahl and the Bulldogs use their 3rd and final timeout. So they'll put an extra bit of time on the clock as Fort Dodge leads at 9-3. They scored a touchdown on the first drive of this second half. It was a quarterback sneak by True McBride, and then added on to it with a safety on the last Lamar's possession. The Bulldogs could not get enough movement their way to be able to set up for a chance to score. 9-3, Fort Dodge has the lead. There's 1:15 left. Now the Bulldogs are out of timeouts as they try and see if there's any way in which they can get this football back, but it does not look like there is going to be anything likely. And again, it is worth noting that the outcome of this game does not kill Lamar's playoff hopes. They're still number 12 of the RPI heading into this week, which gives them, I would think, a little bit of cushion to be in a spot to potentially get an at-large bid into the playoffs. Of course, we got to wait and see. At this point, you're putting your fate in the hands of some computer algorithms there. But it is second down and 16 from the 20. Snap to McBride. He steps back and takes the knee down at the 25-yard line. So I think they're going to have to do that one more time, it looks like. And when they do, the Dodgers will be victorious here tonight. And they will improve to 7-1 overall, 3-1 in Class 4A District 1. And for all intents and purposes, lock up that second automatic qualifying spot out of this district. The Bulldogs will drop to 4-4, 2-2 in the district, and will have to rely on RPI both this week and next week to be able to punch their ticket into the Class 4A football playoffs. One more kneel down for Fort Dodge. Under 40 seconds to go in this game. He takes the knee, and the Dodgers are victorious here tonight by a final score of 9-3. So Fort Dodge picks up a massive win on homecoming and solidifies their spot in the Class 4A playoffs. The Bulldogs will still have another game against Storm Lake at home next week, but they're going to have to wait and see as to whether or not their resume stacks up good enough to qualify for the Class 4A playoffs, which begin their first round here coming up in 2 weeks. Again, the final score tonight from Dodger Stadium. It is Fort Dodge 9, Lamar's 3. We will take a break and come back with some post-game thoughts in just a moment. From Dodger Stadium, you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
Lamar's Agri Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Lamar's Physical Therapy wants to wish our student athletes a successful and injury-free season. But if injury occurs, our therapists are here to get you back into the game. No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider. Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Roosters Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, you can find your perfect ride with bikes, gear, and service you can trust. Find them online at roostersh-d.com or stop by Roosters Harley-Davidson today, where your next ride is waiting. Every day is game day when you feel your best. At Game Day Men's Health in Dakota Dunes, they help you boost energy, build muscle, and reclaim your edge. Get your testosterone checked today and visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Mesher's Clothing, downtown Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for all your fashion needs. That's Mesher's in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
This is Jamie Sisman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Fort Dodge and Dodger Stadium, where Lamar's community takes a very tough loss in district play, a 9-3 defeat at the hands of Fort Dodge, and the Dodgers have virtually solidified that second spot into Class 4A District 1 as the automatic qualifier to the playoffs. Lamar's will now have to wait and see if the RPI falls in their favor to be able to solidify a spot in the playoffs as an at-large team. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you, and this is our post-game coverage tonight here from Fort Dodge. This was one of those games, Gabe, in which you had, kind of one of those unstoppable objects meets an immovable force, and one play, one scoring chance was going to be the difference, and unfortunately in this kind of game, it goes Fort Dodge's way.
Yeah, unfortunately there was just some plays that we missed. We had opportunities, a couple plays here and there, maybe a pass, a bounce of a ball, things like that were just so close. But that's what the coaches are going to say. It's a game of inches when you get to play good teams. Yep. You can get away with this against other teams, but whether it's a couple penalties early in the first half, maybe a drop ball, maybe a lack of focus on one thing or another, those things matter, and they're just magnified or amplified when there's more on the line. And right now, and tonight there was more on the line, and
yep.
These teams played 10 times, and it might be a 5-5 deal.
It could
really,
be.
really could
yeah.
be. But unfortunately, some of the plays that we've made throughout the year, we just didn't make tonight. And take nothing away from Fort Dodge. They did a great job. They made some adjustments at halftime and basically just said, we're going to run straight ahead. And we're going to feed the monsters, and they're just going to keep pounding it away. And they had a couple fields that were shorter, and really it was Jamie's trying to make a play at the end, and he has a ton of pressure. It ends up being a safety. It's an irrelevant point at that.
Right.
But, it's just this is a tough one to swallow, but I really think that the Bulldogs have done enough to be in the playoffs. Unfortunately, we don't get to decide that
It's not
until
in their hands,
next
yeah.
week.
Unfortunately, we have to wait and see how the RPI stacks out. And the nice thing is there's a release coming up this Monday. You'll find out where the RPI sits, and then there's still another game that you could improve your RPI from there. But let's take a look at some of the stats here from this contest. They're very close to each other. Fort Dodge, 221 yards of offense, split up with 75 passing, 161 yards rushing. Lamar's 200 yards of offense, 84 rushing, and 116 passing. The Bulldogs turned it over a couple of times. That ended up being costly. A fumble, 2 interceptions, so a total of 3 turnovers here tonight, and they were penalized 4 times for 33 yards. Fort Dodge 4 times for 34 yards. Individual leader here tonight for Lamar's running the football was Andrew Grant, 9 carries, 76 yards. Joaquin Hernandez, 11 carries, 31 yards. Jamie Sitzman, 6 carries, 20 yards. And boy, what a night for Drayshawn Ross and Will McElroy. They combined for 44 attempts and 166 yards rushing. Drayshawn Ross had 101 of those yards in 25 attempts. Again, he had run the football just 50 times in 7 games prior to tonight. Runs it for 25 times here this evening. Through the air, Jamie Sitzman, 8 of 18, 84 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions here tonight. True McBride, 5 of 13, 60 yards for Fort Dodge, with no interceptions in there. Isaiah Tolson ends up being the top receiver, 3 catches, 36 yards. Tegan Bogue, 2 catches, 20 yards. Andrew Grant, 2 catches for 16 yards. Cal Peterson, the top target for Fort Dodge, 4 catches, 59 yards. The Dogs were led on defense by Jackson Hogue. He had 6 tackles in there, 6 for Kent Westhoff. There was a sack in there. It was from Cougar Sargason. And the Bulldogs were unable to force a turnover. That was killer. Interceptions here tonight. Fort Dodge had both of them, I believe, from Tavon Feely. And then, of course, that fumble recovery late in the contest. Their only touchdown coming in the early portion of the game. It came from True McBride on the rushing score. 9 total attempts for 5 yards and a touchdown here this evening. So those are some of the numbers from this contest. The Bulldogs end up falling by a score of 9-3. And this is the point where we should, again, reiterate, as we've talked about before, again, this game would have been great to have in the grand scheme of qualifying automatically for the playoffs, but technically speaking, you might not need it. The Bulldogs could have a chance to make it on RPI, as the Dogs will play Storm Lake next week. Right now, prior to tonight, the Dogs were ranked number 12 in the RPI. To be comfortable, you want to be in the top 15. Top 16 is kind of a little closer because one of those auto qualifiers could be outside of the top 16. So the better your RPI is, the better your chances are. But it's important. I'm sure the coaches are reiterating this, Gabe, and I'm sure you would as a coach, head coach of a football team as well, is that this loss does not end things for us. Still got to have a home game next week against Storm Lake. You still got to put your best foot forward because it might end up being a difference for us in the long run.
Yeah, and it's going to be a huge difference. The Bulldogs are going to have to answer the bell here, and we'll see what happens. You don't know. I mean, Andrew's a little banged up, so you might be a little shorthanded, and Storm Lake has some explosiveness to them. The type of ball that they play, they're going to throw the ball. So you're going to have to answer. Now, just by me, as you were talking, I was doing some score checks and things like that. The Bulldogs were at 12. They obviously had a loss. North Scott is going to win their game, but Lewis Central's going to lose, it looks like, or it's really close to them.
Yeah, they're playing ADM, I think, tonight.
And then Burlington's going to lose. Davenport North looks to be winning, and Grinnell lost. So when the people behind you are losing, that's a good thing.
Yep.
Because now you're not going to drop. You shouldn't drop too much below them, because this is a good team. You also didn't lose to a team that's. I mean, this is a 7-1 team right now.
Their record will go up, which will help your RPI technically.
And you look around at the other things. Heelan looked like they were winning. MOC and Sioux Center, the opponents we played, that's going to wash. And then, unfortunately, it looked like AL's going to lose to East.
But East,
really, in the grand scheme of things, you're not comfortable losing. You don't want to lose, and it stinks to lose. But you've put yourself in a good position at this point. Last year, I looked, and I think we were in like 18.
Yeah, you were trying to climb out of a hole. Yeah,
hoping for this, and we got that big win over Fort Dodge, and then we took it to Storm Lake, but it just wasn't quite enough. So it hurts. They battled. They didn't quit, and that's a good team. That's a matchup problem for a lot of teams.
Yes.
But you're right there. Hopefully, we do still have one game, and we'll see if we can get another one yet tonight or the next week.
Weeks, yeah.
So we'll see. There's not too far. I think we did solidify we will be on the road.
Yes.
No matter what.
And Fort Dodge might have locked up a home game in the first round.
They may have. I mean, they're going to probably be, depending on other situations, they're going to be for sure no worse than 9th.
Right.
And they
could sneak into the top 8.
Yeah, they get into the top 8, and all of a sudden they get a home game. So that's big for them. But we don't have any bad losses. We've battled in all of them except for, maybe last week was a little bit of a shell shock, but they're right there. And the last thing you can do is feel sorry for yourself because Storm Lake's not going to. We've played them for so many years, and it's going to be a rivalry game, and they're coming to our place again, and we need to do what we did last year to them.
I'll piggyback on some of the information that you gave with the losses all behind you as well. Grinnell was one of those teams that was out of the top 16 but was in a spot to clinch a playoff spot out of their district. And so them losing is helpful as long as they can fall out of those district auto qualifier spots. You gain a spot in the RPI that you can fall and still be okay. So that's all part of it too. But again, the Bulldogs played very well. I think if Fort Dodge said to themselves, Drayshawn Ross touches the football 25 times offensively, they probably say they might not win this game. I mean, that's not something they want to do, clearly, and it's not something he's equipped for. But the Bulldogs forced them to use him 25 times tonight, and only at 4 yards a carry. There's some games he was averaging 15, 20 yards a carry.
Yeah, and he had one called back on a hold, but they battled. I mean, and it's hard to tackle that many times. It's hard to get tackled that many times. Yep. This was a slugfest, and this was a playoff game.
Yes.
Now, the good part about this is it wasn't a playoff game.
Right.
It feels like there was a little bit of the playoff elements, but tomorrow you have to start preparing for another game because you get at least one more. So you have to prepare, you have to heal up, you have to do everything you can to be ready to play at home, the last game at home of the season, and there's still life. So let's not – and I encourage everybody to get out there.
Yes.
Encourage everybody to get to Jim Lorenzen next Friday because it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. It'll be the last chance you get to see the Bulldogs at home, and they got to make sure to take care of business because that's certainly one of those scenarios where if you lose, you're out at that point.
Yeah,
that's at that point you've lost all of your mulligans. But of course, a win doesn't guarantee them in as well. So there's still a lot to be determined. The next set of RPI rankings get released on Monday. I believe they release around noon, so you get kind of an idea of how things sit for the Bulldogs going into that final week of the season. And then, of course, the following week, they'll put out the playoff qualifiers Friday night. So Friday night, October 24, and then the matchups will come out the following Saturday morning. And again, it's worth noting for any fans that listen to some of the smaller schools and pay attention to those playoff pairings get released tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So stay tuned for that. Again, our final score tonight, Fort Dodge 9, Lamar's 3. The Dogs fall to 4-4 overall, 2-2 in the district, Fort Dodge 7-1. And 3-1 in district play. Well, that'll do it for our broadcast here tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. For Gabe Davis, my color commentator, for Taylor Lindner running our video stream tonight on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Versteg. Thanks for tuning in to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM Lamar's. Good evening, everyone.
This is 1410 KLEM Lamar's and on 96.9 FM.